Hello, everyone, and welcome to what is bound to be a fabulous Monday here on June 6th, 2022.
Oh, man.
I'm back.
That's right. It's weird having another person on the stream.
Yeah. Man, you did a lot of solo streams. You even did a bonus solo stream on Saturday for everyone that missed that. What was up on Saturday?
Well, it was just a lot of personal sacrifice. I was willing to do it just because I know that the preview season is important, etc. It wasn't at all about my desire to come in and talk to everybody solo or about the idea that I was coming into town to do something in Tulsa anyway. Yeah. There's nearly 30 to 40 people watching that stream.
Really?
No, we were in the mid 250s.
Mid hundies?
Yeah, until the preview, and then I started rambling, and everybody left.
Yeah, right, I heard a clip of you rambling.
I don't know. You think you don't hear me whenever we're on stream together. I don't hear myself whenever I'm solo. So it's just...
Someone sends you a clip, and it's like, I said that?
Yeah, it's a complete whoa.
Man, if you ever end up in the court of law... You're in trouble. You got a whole backlog of videos. Who knows what you said? I'm
living my life in a way, Zach, where I will never end up there. Hopefully. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. It's going to be a great time. There's going to be some things happening today that we should cover before, just to give you guys an overview of what to expect. One is there is a tremendous amount of activity coming from the operations side of the company, which we love, because that effectively means there's orders being packed up. So if you hear tape guns in the background, that's what that is. So apologies for that. At one point, we will actually build this new store that Zach keeps telling me about. And we will actually have a studio that is separated from that kind of activity. And we will actually have an air conditioning system that you can have on during the streams.
So Saturday, I was playing an Pro Quest.
Yeah.
Which is why you were streaming solo, beyond the fact that I was also...
You were technically still on vacation as well.
Right. I was just a weekend. It wasn't like a day off or something. But I just got very distracted. What was the thing I was going to say? Hold on. No,
guy leaves, stops streaming for a week, and he's lost it.
2 weeks. I got to shake off the rust. Pac saying the clip where he waxes poetic about the inevitability of death. That was great.
Yeah, I saw that clip as well. Yeah, I didn't.
Did we post that clip?
No, we didn't. I don't think we did. Why did we post that? Covenant Brand embraces death.
Oh, did someone post that clip?
Yeah, somebody clipped it. Yeah, in our Discord. Yeah,
I thought it was something comical. Yes.
No one was being comical about that. I assure you.
That was super fun. But I was playing the Pro Quest.
Yeah.
And you were doing the spoiler stream. Mm-hmm. And it was a great Fab weekend.
Yeah, a lot to cover with Fab. So Zach's going to talk about his Pro Quest weekend, which is going to be a great ride. It's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have to talk about that. There's a lot of lessons in that one as well.
Hey, since the last time I was on stream, I've gone to 3 Pro Quests.
That's right.
And it's a tale of 3 Pro Quests, really.
It's a tale of 3 Briars.
Yeah, I have a lot to say.
We're also going to talk about Classic Battles. We've got the Classic Battles boxes. Zach hasn't cracked them open because he's been gone.
Look at this.
So we're going to dig into those.
I got 2 because I really wanted to play a set of the cards.
It's crazy. And so I've got a lot to say about this release. I think Zach probably does too, knowing that he's also a thinking human being. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to attempt a new thing today where I want to try to record live our Classic Battles talk so that we can put it up on YouTube potentially later. It's something we've been looking at. Bryce, doing a great job out there in Content Land, had an idea to kind of make this so we could have more compartmentalized streams / videos on the YouTube channel, because nobody wants to dig into a 4-hour stream to find out, at hour 150 they talked about Classic Battles. So
yeah, where we could have like a Classic Battles video. We used to do a lot more produced videos.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
Kind of producing it live.
That's the idea.
You get to see it if you're watching it now and or live, or watching it back, but then also a separate. Is it a YouTube upload, or what's the plan there? So we're just going to upload it YouTube separate. So we'll have the full stream where all this stuff's happened, and that will be up. And then there will be essentially, self-contained things in it. So if you want the whole hang out with us experience, you can still get that even later after the stream. But if you're just looking for 20 minutes on Classic Battles, we got that too. Now that might crash the entire system, so that's going to be an entirely live test as well. We pressed the button a few times, and it seemed to be fine. So but it always goes weird.
It always gets weird live. And then lastly, we're going to be playing some Blitz games. We're going to jam until we cannot jam anymore. I'm playing a lot of Kano today. It's a deck that I don't necessarily want to play at the Team Blitz, hold on. I might have to.
I saw a clip from Saturday's video.
Oh, God.
I couldn't watch the whole thing. I was in a tournament. But
what did I say?
Someone did send me a clip where someone, I won't say who, admitted
that they were actually finding joy in the Blitz format, which is a format we have panned for over a year and a half.
Yep.
Any
well, just because
idea who may have said that?
Because I have done the best to the best of my ability. I have oriented my psychology to fully enjoy anything that is in front of me. Yes, I've been enjoying Blitz, but no. What I mean to say is, it's actually it's deck building more like what we're used to. I've never played a game with a sideboard before, right? Mm-hmm. So it's way more interesting of a challenge for me as a deck builder to come into a metagame and say, all right, well, I've got 40 cards, so do I want to put in the Arena's Prayer because I want Kano matchup to get a little bit better, but then it's dead over here in all these other matchups? Do I want to put in defense reactions that are dead against Kano but are better against some other heroes? All those kinds of things are floating through your head, and it actually is more... It feels less intimidating. I understand now why sideboards feel so intimidating, because I've been doing that life, then I go into Blitz and it's like, oh, it's just a clean 40. Yeah. And that actually has been way more approachable.
Which is how a lot of the games we've ever played were. Mm-hmm. You just have your stack of cards, which is a different deck building experience, actually. And if you're unaware, you haven't been following what's been going on, the reason that all of a sudden anyone on this stream cares about Blitz is this weekend we're going to the world premiere for Uprising in Las Vegas. The U.S. premiere, there's one in Madrid, as well as Australia, I believe. And Friday is the world premiere of Uprising. We're going to be playing Sealed Uprising for the first time. We did that last year in Vegas with Tales of Aria.
It's been so long.
It's so fun when you have a new set and you don't know what all the new cards are and no one does, and you're doing a limited experience. It's also been, I feel like I've been in a desert without limited for a long time.
Yep.
Tales of Aria was the last limited set. Like Vegas was the last time we had a new set we got to do draft and sealed.
It's funny. I was looking through those cards today when I was looking through the binder for the ice cards, and I was seeing those Heaven's Claws and Shock Strikers and stuff, and I was like, man.
Remember those times?
I loved that. I actually loved that limited format.
Yeah. I think Briar was very good in that format. Mm-hmm. As a ratted, I think Briar would be very fair in that format.
Yeah.
But even still, I think draft for that and even sealed when you knew what was going on, I think most of the time Briar was probably the right pool of cards to be playing. But if you knew what you're doing, that wasn't always true.
It was just cool when you had the 30% Oldhim or Alexi, and it was like, oh, I got 3 or 4 red Shock Strikers, and I can play Alexi. It's like, oh, this feels awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a fun time. I can't wait to go to Vegas.
But then Saturday at Vegas is Team Blitz. Now, this is an extra wrinkle in the deck building challenge because not only do you not have a sideboard, you have an equipment sideboard, which is not, I mean, you have enough equipment slots that's not really a big deal. It just means you bring Arcane Barrier in case you're playing against Kano if you want, etc. Mm-hmm. But the crazy thing about that format is that it's a team of 3, and you can't have more than one player playing a specific hero.
Right.
So in a normal environment, like a meta, you would say, okay, what's the best deck? That might be 30 to 50% of the field. So every round, you think you have a 30 to 50% chance to get paired against that thing.
Right.
What's the second best deck? Usually that's 20 to 30%. So 70 to 80% of your games will be against those 2 decks. So a lot of times in testing, whatever you're testing, whether it's the best deck or the second best deck or a deck that's off
the
here.
Old dark horse, yeah. Over here.
Yeah.
I think if you're referring it to that. Over here, what Steven's playing.
So not so much here. Or over there. No, but if you're playing something else, right, then a lot of times like that decision, are you going to play Arena's Prayer?
Yeah.
Is it good in both of those matches? And if so, a lot of times that'll end up in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a sideboard, that's obviously easier to do. That makes me nervous, but I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But in this case, you know that every round, let's hypothetically say that young Oldhim is the best hero in Blitz.
Okay. Young him?
Young him. That's funny. Young him. Let's just say he's the best deck in Blitz, right?
Okay.
Well, if we were going into a just regular Blitz meta, you would be like, that might be half my matches. But the way it works now is that at most you have a 33% chance of seeing him every round, assuming he's so good that every team definitely has him on the team.
Yeah, decent odds.
But that still is lower than it would be otherwise.
It's true.
Which is really cool.
So you gotta build a little more balance. I feel like you gotta target like more than just the one deck, because there's not really a world where you're just gonna see the 50% chance big deck every time. And how many of us play, in the old meta, targeted chain like crazy and didn't see any of them?
Vegas last year.
Yeah.
Constructed. I played so many games into chain. Round 1, I played against Dash. I was like, what is she doing? And then I didn't see a single chain all day long. Last round, playing against Dash again. It's like, what is happening? How did we end up here?
Yeah. Good times, man. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. And team is a whole different thing because now you have responsibility. It's not that you can just like, I tried something goofy and it didn't work. Yeah. It's like, no, you don't want to be the person who's like 0-7 on the day in the team event.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Which is why I'm playing, or at least learning Kano. Like, I at least got to see it. I got to play it a bunch, and the stream is going to hopefully be better for it because we can all learn together.
Yeah, so we're both very new to Blitz, and we'll dive into the decks we're playing and whatnot. And honestly, we're playing today on stream and tomorrow. So 2 days of Fab stream, and then we leave Wednesday to go to Vegas. If you're going to be in Vegas, definitely say hello if you see us. We're also planning to go out on Sunday night. Last time we went to that German place.
Hofbrauhaus.
I'm talking to them to see if we can get like a reserve spot in that beer garden, but...
Yeah, they would have to be there.
We'll see what happens. If you're not on our Discord, that's where you'll want to be to find out what we're going to be doing on Sunday night.
Or probably do like a Vegas thread. Now that we know threads. I got thread. I'm cool with threads now.
That would be super helpful. Yeah. And that's a really good time. That was one of the highlights of Vegas for me last time. So very much looking forward to that. What were you wanting to hit before we got to Blitz?
I want to hear about your Pro Quest, and then we got to talk about Classic Battles.
Oh.
And I want to check in with everybody out there. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Well, let's have a few spoilers.
How's everybody feeling about Flesh and Blood? Oh, we have the preview. We have some previews, too. Yeah. We need to talk about the previews as well.
Other previews that have been going on. We don't have any new
start
previews.
Start with your progress. Give us, let's see, what time is it? 1:46. Give us 5 minutes on Pro Quest season.
All right, let me start my watch.
See, this could be a clip right now. I could start recording this. Zach's 5-minute Pro Quest take.
All right. Clock has started.
Yeah.
Here we go. So I took the past 2 weeks off. I know I'm segueing into a different conversation. I spent a week. I went to California, went to Disneyland with Star Wars Celebration, and then came back. I was home last week, but I was off, so I could get a lot of stuff done there. I was planning on getting done over the holidays, but I got sick. So all that to say, literally the Saturday before I left to go on this trip, like I worked during the week, and then Saturday, I played my first Pro Quest at Dice Addiction in Tulsa. I was playing Briar. It was the weekend after the Pro Tour. Mm-hmm. I was very in the zone still. It was like, I'm not going to switch decks. Like, this is very, very comfortable here. And that event, what did I lose to? Oh, I remember. So round 1, I win. Round 2, I was playing against the Katsu deck. And he's a local. His name's Austin. Great player, great person. Super fun to play against. I've played against him a couple times at this point. And we're playing, and literally there was this one turn where 4 times I was like, well, as long as he doesn't have this, so I think he played like a whelming gut. No, what's the surging strike?
Start with the surging.
And I was like, well, I'm gonna block it as long as he doesn't have the natural whelming gust wave. That's not that bad. He had whelming gust wave. I was like, well, I'm gonna block it this way. And it's like, as long as he doesn't have red razor.
Yeah.
He's like red razor. It's like, oh man. And then I did the next thing. I was like, well, as long as he doesn't have ancestral empowerment, because he drew off of whelming, you know.
Yeah.
And he's doing the third thing, McGinty release, I think, is the one. And I blocked the way I block, and then he's like, I think he popped the thing, give +1 on his arms.
Yeah, breaking scales. Yeah.
And then he had ancestral empowerment in hand.
Yeah. Okay.
So he hits, he gets Lord of Wind. I mean, it was the most like bougie Katsu turn ever. And he played it, like the way he sequenced it every time though was like, he set it up correctly.
Yeah.
And he just got me.
Yep.
He just totally got me.
That's awesome, man. When it works, it works.
So he beat me, but then I was able to not lose the entire rest of the tournament. So won the next 3 rounds, made the cut. I was the 2 seed. It was my brother's birthday. He was the 1 seed. He was on Prism. I'm on Briar, so I was like, oh no, I hope we don't get paired at some point because I would hate to knock my brother out of a tournament on his birthday, but I totally would. But he ended up he actually got paired against our friend Philip, who's a local, who was also on Briar in the top 8.
Cool.
And Philip won that game. Then Philip and I played the next round. I beat Philip. And then I played in the last round against Chain. Luckily, I was a higher seed. Such an advantage. I got to go first. But his last turn, he like banished 5 cards and hit none.
Yeah. Okay.
It was very fortunate. So I won.
You got the whole thing.
Yeah,
you won another Pro Quest. All right.
I got my cold gold, and it was a Nothos, which is
wow. It's top down. Let's look at that thing.
Yeah, I was super happy with this one. Of all the ones I could have got, this is probably one of the highest on my list. It's Bravo's signature weapon. nice and shiny. Got the gold foiling. So I'm gonna open that in a minute and put it in the sleeve and the stuff because Bravo is one of the Blitz decks that I'm gonna be testing.
Cool.
Today. I was
old school Bravo.
Very happy to see that. Right, and then 2 days later, I flew out and went to California. Actually, one morning, Casey, who's on our Discord channel named Gree, was also at Disneyland.
Really?
So I took a couple Blitz decks just in case. And so we met up one morning at the hotel and
Casey's
played
awesome.
Blitz games. Yeah, Casey's great. And then outside that, I didn't think about Fab really for a while. Came back from vacation, was getting stuff done. And then I debated, honestly, there's been a lot of Fab events happening. Got a minute, 15 seconds on. There have been a lot of Fab events happening. And so after winning the first ProQuest, qualifying for France, that was obviously the goal. There was part of me that was like, there were 2 this weekend. Ours on Saturday and then one in Edmond on Sunday that almost didn't go. Preparing for the Pro Tour, playing the Pro Tour, it's the same meta since then. Same meta.
Starvo's still floating around.
Starvo and Chain still very good and painful. But I have a couple of the people on the Wolfpack were trying to qualify for France. And so part of it is I want to go and, if possible, help them qualify. Like, whether that means knocking other people out or, like, whatever it means.
Gifting a PTI or something?
Yeah, or like if you end up in the finals against someone and you have already qualified, no matter who wins, the second place person qualifies.
Okay, cool.
So, just a little team sport, and also just to be a part of the community support. Like going to Edmond, I love that store, and then of course our event is hard to miss. But going in, it was just my first round in Tulsa was against Starvo, and it was Trent. He ended up winning the tournament.
He went 8-0.
Yeah, it was just like gross. It's Starvo. Like after that round, I was just like, yeah, I'm ready for this meta to be gone. So that was my first round. Ended up finishing. I bubbled out. It was fine, but it was just like that started the day. Then in Edmond, the next day, I got up early, drove. We got hit by this crazy rain. It's like could barely even see.
Yeah, it came down, didn't it?
Yeah, we got there. Round 1 I was playing against Brody, who won our ProQuest last season. The Wonder Kid, and he was on Chain. So I'm like, okay, round 1, he's good. Chain player is not good. Roll to see goes first. He gets to go first. I'm just like, oh no, this is exactly how this is going to go. But I get in the winning position. He has 1 health left. He has his Husk and his Banished Stone. All I have to do is not die. Mm-hmm. He's going through it. Literally, when he first starts his turn, I'm like, all right, I've got a blue and a 2 block for the sword at the end. Put that over here. Got these cards. I have them bottom of earth. I've got 1 piece of armor left. It's like, okay. And like he didn't have I made him block with some cards on the previous turn.
And you were pretty low on health, I assume. Right?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty low. So he's sequencing it out. I block, having him buy. I drew 2 Sonatas. I remember that. So they both block for 3, though, with my embodiment. So he attacks for 4. I block for 3. I take 1. He attacks for 4. I block for 3. I take 1. Plays a 9-attack. Swings the sword. And as soon as he pushes the sword up, I realized something.
You forget about the other 2?
No. I'm on 3 health. Or I'm on 2 health. And he's on 1 health.
And you have 1 card in hand.
Not 2. I saved it. Remember? I can
block
then
everything's
the sword.
Fine.
It's great. Except for the Arcane Barrier on the hat doesn't work when you have more health.
Oh.
So.
Right.
I block the 2, take the 2 Arcane, I'm dead.
Oh.
I could have.
And you could have easily let it happen.
If I had just overblocked the previous attack.
Yeah.
Definitely don't die. He dies to Blood Debt. I win my first game. I beat Chain round 1. That's a really good start.
Wow.
Instead, I punt. And then round 2, I got paired against Drayton, a great local player who's back from a break from Fab. He's on Ice Lexi. Okay. I got the fortune of being paired up. He won his first round. I have a really weird hand in the middle where it's all red. And against Ice Lexi, that lets him kind of get on top of it.
That's problematic, yeah.
And I'm like 10 health ahead at that point. Feeling good. It's like you're blocking Lexi, punching in some damage because they don't ever want to block you.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I can't ever do anything the rest of the game. Like literally not once. It's just like dead the rest of the game. And I lose. And I start 0-2. Traveled almost 2 hours with 3 other people. I'm here all day.
Go down to the mule, man.
Yeah, so then in round 3, I'm playing against a really friendly, he was also on Briar player. I just have a really epic, I had to double Heroic out actually and just drew terrible, no attacks, had a Sonata in Arsenal, missed on the Sonata 2, paid 6. Just devastating. Almost, he should have won. And then he also drew a really bad hand on his last turn. and then I was able to squeak out the win. But like I was this close for the first time ever in my life, going 0-3.
Nobody wants to feel that close in those kinds of situations either. You want to be like, no, I dominate my third round. I feel like I'm back in the game, but no, you're like just barely by a miracle win your third round.
It's crazy, but it's really humbling. And I think a few things for me. This is what I really wanted to get to. It's really cool to win an event and play, like qualify and all that cold golds and all that stuff. But there were a few things in both cases when you lose the first round, the odds of going to the cut are low.
Yeah.
And so I would just encourage anyone out there who hasn't won an event or isn't winning very much or loses your first round. It's so easy to go on tilt. But we saw Pablo at the Pro Tour lost his first 2 and then won the tournament.
Yeah, so awesome.
But I also think some of my favorite moments from this ProQuest season were actually like going 0-2. Playing round 3, we actually had a really fun time, and it was comical when we were missing, and it was like this like hilarious thing. And like there's still a lot of great experiences to be had and a lot of things to be learned, and you're not always going to win. And I think it's good to see, people you can win a tournament. I went 7-1 in that first tournament with the same deck. Mm-hmm. That I went.
Same deck, same pilot. 33rd in the Pro Tour. Yeah. Same deck, same pilot.
That you go 3-2 over here. And part of that's matchups, part of it's gym. Like, I got paired against Chain and went second. Mm-hmm. I put myself in a position to win, but also, in like that Starvo game, first game on Saturday, I don't know there was a deck I could have been on that would have stopped me from losing. I mean, maybe Prism, maybe.
Yeah.
But all that to say, I think it's really... It was humbling, but also I had a really great time even after the fact. So if that happens to you, it's super easy to go on tilt because I know people put in a lot of work and they want to win. They want to go to France. But I encourage you not to let that take away from your ability to have a good time at these events.
Yeah, if possible. Of course, easier said than done sometimes, but totally agree.
It can be tough. Yeah, and if you can't, just leave and go to the mule.
Yeah, no, you can have a great time there.
Yeah.
You can have a great time. Do some deck building, look at Levia, start building Levia, and about 2 mules in and realize it's still not there.
Yeah.
Blood Debt Levia is still not there.
Levia won 2 ProQuests.
Also, Vindication for this guy.
Right so the thing about this is...
Vindication. You know what kind of a build it was, Zach? Let me tell you how much Blood Debt was in that deck.
Was it low to none?
There was 1 card that had Blood Debt on it.
Boneyard Marauder?
Surprisingly... not. Now you can. So I was on Marauder. You can do Marauder. This was, I think it was a Mansent deck list. He was a big Levia promoter. It's kind of funny that's an identity, but it really is. He's like leading a group of Levia people.
Apologists.
Yeah, it's awesome. He also won one this weekend as well. Mansent did. So it's not Boneyard Marauder. It's Hungering Slaughter Beast, 2 for 7. Mm-hmm. All it is another pummelable attack. And the entire thing, and Brute's always had this build, but it's block everything, and then when your Tunic's on 3, send a 2-cost attack and a pummel for 4. So that's an incredibly efficient play pattern. You got the best weapon in the game long term, some of the best weapons in the game. Bravo has something to say about that. But it's basically just the best Brute 2-cost attacks. A little bit of Intimidate on your blues, your barragings and stuff, and then
so you can basically like block down to just 1 card, swing the weapon.
Yep.
You can block with the whole hand if you need to.
Yep.
If you only need to block with 2 cards, you can actually play an attack.
Right.
And then on the turn, once you have Tunic and you have the opening, then with a blue and 1 card with like a pummel and arsenal, you can send like an 11 that discards a card at them.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
That's the whole game.
And did I see that they were using the weapon from this box in that list?
They were. The only reason is because it's the exact same as Romping Club, except the deck has no discard cards in the deck. So it's a kind of just a joke to use the objectively worst weapon, even though it will always be the exact same weapon
in that build.
Deck. Yeah.
You want to segue and actually get this recording?
Let's take a look at Classic Battles, shall we? I'm gonna start this recording. We're just gonna see how this goes. So, Zach, in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about Classic Battles.
All right, let's do it. Like I said in the stream from June 6, 2022, I bought 2 because I wanted to play sets. Now we both have 1 down box.
You said something really important there, that you bought 2 so you could have a play set.
Well, why is that important? Oh, wait, there's stickers. Yeah, open the stickers.
Man, we've been through the FFG days, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so what's that mean?
Well, it means why would you ever have to buy 2 of this thing to have a playset? Nobody wants to buy 2 of this.
So
here's the thing, though.
Let's talk about before we open.
Nobody wants to buy 2 of this product.
So
there's not a soul on earth. Nobody benefits from me having to buy 2 of these. I need 1. Somehow. Oh, I have so much to say about this.
Before we open it, let's talk about it. Classic battles. Conceptually, this is a brilliant idea. Rhino versus Dorinthia.
Yeah.
You've got 2 Precon Blitz decks.
Yeah.
You've got a lore book. Right?
Yeah.
And you have this epic duel that this seems like a really great, you're new to the game or you're giving a gift to someone to get into the game. Here's something to start with, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the official marketing pitch for this product is.
Look at it right here. Here you go. This is pointed out to me by our friend Matt on the Discord. Designed for new players. Right there it is on the box.
Designed for new players. And contents. 2 ready-to-play 40-card Blitz decks, plus hero, weapon, and equipment cards, mini lore book, and a paper playmat.
Okay, it sounds good. So for new players, so you get 2 decks. This is like people do theme decks, dual decks, these kinds of things.
Oh my gosh.
I'm already here. Look at me, I'm already on it. But the other thing about this is, so designed for new players, presumably it's designed for 2 new players to play against each other. Like 2 Ira decks, but this is like the next step, the fancier version.
Yeah, of this, all in one box. It's a nice product that can sit on a shelf. Yeah. Like the Ira deck is not really a retail shelfable product, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man, it still rips.
Okay, let's go to the top down. I just want to see what we're dealing with here.
A true unboxing.
Okay, so we got Classic Battles little mini rule book or lore book, probably a lore book. We've got the paper playmat.
Yep.
Standard. You remember this? You remember these from the old days?
Man. Got a foil Ironite helm.
So this is fine. We don't have any booster packs in here, which I was somewhat expecting, although I guess like history pack would have been good in here.
Like classic CCG thing, right?
History pack would have been really good in here. A couple of those.
Even just one.
All right, and then we got some.
I do like the box.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? The way that it's got a concave, right?
But it sit nice and not like wobble over or whatever.
See some foils right off the bat.
All right, so hold on. This is like probably the least of our worries.
This is the contents right here.
Oop, just punch that mic. So they give us the paper playmat.
It proceeds to just...
Yeah. Which I remember as a kid getting paper playmats for Pokemon.
Playmats as a child, yes.
And I used them a few times.
Yeah.
But I don't like paper playmats. Personally.
Yeah. Anyway, but this is helpful.
Here's what I'd like to know, though. If you're watching this at any point, live, if you're watching this video back after we post it, etc., and you bought this product and you were new, was a paper playmat like a positive? Like, did you want this? Because I'm not a new player. It's so hard for me.
I doubt a lot of super new players are watching this. Maybe though.
I have a lot of playmats, and this is obviously
I need to get one.
Not as good as like a standard.
Yeah,
playmat.
Sure. Okay, let's look at the lore book though. Okay, so then we've got.
Oh wait, did you notice this?
Yeah, and then it flips. This is how some of the. Don't a lot of animes do this or mangas.
You're asking the wrong guy on that one.
And I believe, if I remember, I mean, this is fine.
So at some point it flips.
This is actually pretty nice, to be honest with you.
When they first said that there was a lore book, in my head, I'm not expecting this.
Yeah,
I want to show this real quick. This is the original lore book that they sent us, which is like old school. It's like hardback, super nice. This is one of the reasons I was so impressed, because there was like a handwritten note, there was this, and there was like some boxes to like check, like starter boxes to check out the game. I opened the lore book. It was like right at the beginning of the pandemic. Had a lot of free time in my life, and that was like super appealing to me. So I kind of expected like a miniature version of that, like a little like hardback thing. So this is just it's like a little soft, like a miniature rule book.
I think this is just fine. I think it's quite nice. This is the kind of thing that if I was like getting into the game when I was even like 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, you would have read this whole thing.
I love this stuff. And it's got all these drawings in it. Like these, I love this stuff. Reminds me of that Warcraft 2 rules book, man.
That's the kind of stuff that was in the
just dig it.
The lore book that I was really excited about. Like they had a bunch of concepts for like weapons and creatures and maps and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and this is what Tom was saying is apparently there's no new content in here. This is all available on their website already.
Oh, really?
So they just printed it in a nice little
Yeah, I didn't know that. But this was in the original core book. Like her Dorinthia's like family lineage kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yep. So this is all, it's not new content. And again, this kind of gets at, it's kind of been a weird product from the start. And we'll get a little more into that later. Okay. And then on to the cards. We get a full Dorinthia. Oh, where's my, I could have sworn there'd be a Rhinar back there, but you don't have a Rhinar back there. Do you have anyone back? Yeah, you got Dorinthia. But...
Huh. Okay. Which one are you opening first? Dorinthia?
Yeah, Dory.
Rhinar one.
Okay. We got Dory. And a Link to Op, which is good to organize play with that cool "This Round's on Me" art. Love that art. Make sure we're in focus.
Dude, this art on, how do you say, Bone Vizier?
Bone Vizier, yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's
cool.
Pretty okay card too. It's not bad.
When it's destroyed, over the top of your deck, the 6 more put it on top. Okay, so you know a 6 is on top.
Yeah. It's a way to kind of, and it's got the 1 blade break. It's fun.
I like this, the Blossom of Spring.
Yeah, I mean, the cards actually look great. That Foil Blossom looks excellent. Foil Gallantry, let's go. Iron Rod, look at this. Cold Foil Dorinthia. Look at this, man. That's actually great.
Wow, that looks fantastic.
And look at this Dawnblade.
Yeah, those look great.
Those really do look good. Okay.
And she's a new character.
This is high quality. These are quality. These cards are higher quality, it feels like, too.
So before we go too far from here, one, these cold foils do look great.
Yeah, they really do.
I like having these foil equipment pieces.
Yeah.
So for new players, right?
Yeah.
Which, if that's the aim of this product, then that obviously is how we should be really filtering it through the lens. But I will say, as a non-new player, just getting through these heroes and the equipment, there are several cards that are not otherwise available, which is why I was buying them, right? We knew there'd be a new Dory in it and a new Dory weapon. We didn't know exactly what all these would do. And in the hero equipment department, one of each of these things is totally fine.
Yeah.
Because that's all you need, right?
Yeah,
but totally. It immediately makes me, as a not new player, want to buy this box.
Correct. Which is a thing we need to discuss once we get through the realities of it.
Check this out, though. Cold Foil Rhinar, young, but he's the same. I didn't realize we'd get the same version of him. Right? That's the same exact card?
Yeah, I mean, why not, Because we get a new Dory and a new weapon for Dory. But then with Rhinar, we get the same Rhinar and just a worse version of his older weapon.
Because this is the Bone Basher. Looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this isn't the original hammer or club 2 for 4, but sometimes 6?
2 for 4, sometimes 5.
Sometimes 5.
Yeah. So this is just strictly never better.
I do like, there's a keyword card, which, because he's got this keyword that they don't tell you. I like them not putting the reminder text here.
Yeah.
Later on, that makes this look cleaner.
It's good typography on that, too. It comes across nicely.
And then they got the full art.
Okay. So we do get the full art on both of them.
So is Rhinar's full name on his card Reckless Rampage? I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's Rhinar.
He looks great. This young, look at this cold foil. Like, if you're playing Rhinar, that's a sweet.
That does look awesome. Yeah, it really does. Really looks good. Okay, so we got our weapons, we got our heroes. And then here's what makes you kind of question it, though. We've got Majestics here. There's only one of those in here, by the way.
Glistening Steelblade?
Yeah.
Hold on. Did I get a misprint?
I thought for sure you knew that. I couldn't wait.
Glistening Steelblade. Hold on. 1 cost. Dorinthia Special. Let's see if it's any good. Your next Dawnblade attack this turn is go again. Whenever Dawnblade hits a hero this turn. What?
Yeah, it's one of the cards that could revive Dorinthia as a hero.
So this with the original Dawnblade is crazy.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah.
And 1.
It's only $150 to get 3 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So that might be an issue.
And you're sure there's not another one there?
I'll look, but... And then we've got a decent spread of...
some reprints?
Some reprints, some new cards that are just new, lesser good versions. Like, you look at On Guard, for instance. Next weapon attack is +3. Sharpened Steel, 0 cost. Next weapon attack is +3. Same stat line, same everything. This one's just a little more expensive. It's just worse. But it is another instance of that effect if you would like that, but you really don't.
Yeah. Now, there is the, as an example of where that's not worse, Ever the Optimist?
Yeah.
I have one. One example that came up this weekend. I was playing as Ice Lexi.
Yeah.
They play the whatever card that if it hits, you can't play or pitch cards that cost 0.
Oh, nice. There you go. Nailed it. That is worth running. No, but it's true. It's true.
If there's like a anti-zero cost strategy at some point,
it could matter. You're right on about that. It could matter. We get a generic attack reaction in Thrust.
2 copies.
Yeah, 2 copies of everything else except the Majestic.
And that looks like a lower level Razor Reflex.
Kind of.
But
it
also
doesn't,
for swords only.
It's for swords only. It doesn't grant the go again, which is really why you're there for Razor Reflex. So we have a like Iron Song response, 0 for +3. This targets a sword explicitly. It's also generic, notable. So like Rune Blades can run this if they want to give +3 to their weapon or whatever. This is a fine card to have in the pool.
Okay.
Not an issue. And then I think
is this mentor new?
Yes.
She looks awesome.
Yeah, she's a new mentor.
What's her name?
Hala.
Goldenheim?
Golden Helm. Yeah, it's probably because her helmet's golden, I guess is the idea.
That checks out.
Face on the arsenal, start of the turn it face up. Whenever a sword attack you control hits, it gains go again. Put a lesson counter when there are 2 or more go get glistening Steelblade. But let me tell you, man, I've been in the ringer with these mentors when I've been getting ready for Blitz. I don't like them.
At least she blocks for 3.
Not one of them. And then we get a few more new cards here. Looks like, because even the designers at LSS know that Flock of the Featherwalkers belongs in these Dory decks. Alex. They include 2 of those. And 2 Titanium Baubles, which is very interesting. Because this is the opportunity to put literally any blue warrior card that has anything that it can do. And instead, you've made a new card that does nothing. Which is quite interesting to me.
And gave us a full play set.
Because I've got
they could have put a second copy of this in there. They printed the cards.
I've got a warrior deck here that has a ton of blues that you could put in there. You could put Glint in there. That's a Dory card, right?
Okay, let's say you don't want to put another Majestic in there.
You could put Out for Blood, Blade Runner. Literally any blue card. Hit and run.
Okay. Well, let me scan through this
might already be in there.
Rhinar stack for a second.
Yeah.
So we get Chief Rukatan, which is a mentor.
Hit and run's already in there. Okay.
That's nice. Get some more mentors. Alpha Rampage, interesting.
Blue Driving Blade. They put a blue sigil in here, Zach. A blue sigil.
Of Solace.
Yeah. Play a card, get +1.
We're gonna have a lot to say in a second.
Yeah, we are gonna have a lot to say.
So Alpha Rampage, which is a Majestic we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in even in Fab history. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. This is, I had no idea how bizarre this was actually going to be.
I mean, it's pretty wild, right? If you look at this spread.
These are old.
Old
Their
Rhinar.
things are old, right?
Yeah. Old Rhinar, old this, old specialization, and then Dory's new specialization, new weapon, new. That's new, and that's a playable card right there.
Is Smash for Victory really blank?
Yeah. Can you believe it? And it doesn't block.
I don't remember being that blank. This is neat. Muscle Mutt. There was flavor text on this before, right? I don't remember.
I think there was flavor text. Yeah, there was text. There was text.
It's up there.
There was flavor text. Yeah.
It looks so weird blank.
I mean, it does. Maybe you don't print the flavor text because it's confusing.
Could be. Is Clearing Bellow new?
I feel it. I feel it just building. Sometimes you feel it building in the room. You know. Mm-hmm. That's when I know we don't have an AC.
Beast Mode is new. 3 for 6, but 8 if you've intimidated. Okay.
Yeah.
Dodge is new, no?
Dodge is new, yeah.
Just a 0 for 2 defense reaction.
Generic, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And look, they did a cool thing. They put an icon to tell you it's a defense reaction.
That is nice.
That's way nice because it's very confusing in the early days. You don't know what a defense, and then you look at the text, you're like, oh, I can't block with this out of hand. I gotta wait for that.
It took me 30 attempts of looking at the Phoenix Flame.
Oh yeah.
To know that was a token. Someone in the Discord kept saying it's a token.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not a token. It can go in your deck and you can block with it. It's not a token. And then literally on the drive to Edmond yesterday, Tim was like, yeah, it's a token. Look. And he pointed to the little icon. He's like, it's got a T. It's a token. I was like, it is a token. Yeah. And you know what? Thankfully, they gave us 2 more titanium baubles. Really? Huh. Okay.
All right. So that's effectively what we're looking at. So here are the thing. And look, Toughen Up. I mean, this is phenomenal art in this card. Look at that card. Toughen up, great art. 2 for 4. If you think about this in terms of what are we trying to teach players? What are we trying to teach new players? As Ryan's saying in the chat, well, Titanium Bauble shows you that it makes you pitch it. It makes you start pitching blue cards to power a turn. I mean, I guess otherwise it can be maybe difficult to look at your hand and say, which card should I pitch? Which card should I play? Is one thing you could say about that. Sigil of Solace Blue doesn't block, so maybe you're trying to get in the space of cards that don't block.
And the idea of playing instants.
Yeah. Not that you should ever play it, though.
But, so...
Ever.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second.
Yeah, zoom out.
All right. Because this may well be true, which is, if I were a brand new player, and if you are a brand new player and you're watching this, please comment below if you bought this and played this product.
Yeah.
Pick up these decks. Put these cards look great. If this was my first experience with the game, we put down our heroes, we're playing our game, I would know none of these comparables, none of these realities, right? I would have none of these cards. They would all be new to me. So just on the merits of, if you were totally blind going into this and you paid $50 for this product, if it's for new players, does it check the box? Hypothetically, this is in a vacuum. I have a feeling these might actually be super fun decks to play against each other.
I think I'd have a really good time with this product.
And I think if this had been the first thing we'd gotten in way back, and we played these decks, and then I read this book, I think I would be like, this is great.
I agree.
2 fully playable decks. It Blitz is a tournament format, and I could just show up to a tournament with literally the stack of cards in play. I think these cold foils look fantastic. Like, just sitting here and looking at them glistening. But
the quality here is awesome. It is miles above all the TCGs hitting Kickstarter in the past few years of all these different things that have come down the pipe. If you had all of those cards and then you gave me this product and I opened it, I would be like, oh, this is like a real game. This feels like Magic level official TCG.
And on that note, we've opened so many on the throwbacks TCG starters that aren't even playable.
Yeah, true. And it is playable.
I think, like I said, you open this box, you can immediately hit the table and start playing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not going to play this match to see if it was fun or not necessarily.
Maybe we will one day.
Maybe we'll make a sequel video where we do that. But on that score, I don't know. I don't know if it hits, if it's worth the amount of money. But from my perspective, currently, as a player of the game, this is bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little unsettled at how bizarre this is.
I went on record on a Discord to say I think this is the worst release I have seen.
For Fab.
For a card game. Aside from the throwbacks.
I was going to say, some of those throwback starters are...
I was being a little hyperbolic.
45 random cards that you can try to play with.
But here's where I think the challenge of this product is in the grand scheme of understanding collectability and understanding that you have an existing player base and that you have new people that you want to onboard in. The first point is you have to. It feels like the kind of FFG stuff where we're trying to triangulate a bunch of different things. Where it's like, well, we want to insulate this maybe not bringing in enough new players to be a successful product line. So we're going to also put some stuff in there that old players might want. And then we're also going to use this opportunity to give old players new cards because there's an opportunity here to refresh the format and to give maybe Dory some new tools or Reinar some new tools to help bring them up in a metagame that exists and is ongoing right now. But you kind of have done it wrong for everybody involved, everybody in the space.
I think if you're only looking at it from the lens of just a new player picking this product up.
But even then, it's $50.
That's expensive.
Like, is it... I don't know how price sensitive all of that is, but even for new players, like, I would put this at like even $30 and give them a play set of the cards so that whenever they actually go to take these decks and make them better. Right now, if I'm a new player and I get this and I'm like, I love Dory, that Glistening Steelblade card is sick, what do I do? It's like, so I'm being asked to spend $100 to get 2 more copies so I can maybe go to like an actual Blitz event and play a deck that's already going to get stomped in the normal Blitz format.
For a Blitz event, you just need 1 more.
True.
Yeah. Now, if you're going constructed to a big event or something, like you're already at a...
It's like a baseline, but then as you try to scale it up, you have to get more of the baseline product to scale up. Now, on the other side of this, you've got existing players. Anytime you're, and Ryan said this really well in our Discord, is like, listen, it doesn't matter what the cards are. If you have people who are trying to have sets of cards, which there are tons of people doing that, you can't release a product that's designed for new players that has new cards in it that you think old players aren't going to buy. Because old players are going to buy anything that has new cards because you never know when it's going to be useful.
Yep.
But then you make them buy 2 or 3 of this release just to get the collection of the cards in this that aren't necessarily good now but might be later.
Yeah.
It's like if you're ultimately wanting to also appeal to existing player base, play set. Period.
Well, I think realistically, if this is actually a new player's product, I would only put old cards.
It's got to be all reprints.
Yeah. And some of these cards are fine to put in here, but like even that Dory thing, it's majestic in the box, right? So if this came out the month after a set came out with that card in it, and it's like, oh, this is actually a really easy way if you like Dory to just guarantee you get this card.
Totally.
Or if you've already been collecting, you already have that card and you don't need to take up the new player products. Right. But yeah, you're totally right. If there's new cards, that's exactly why I was buying it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I didn't know what would be in it, but looking at that specialization for Dory, it's like, I can't not have 3 of those.
Do you know what it feels like to have to buy? You do.
I mean, I do. I'm 2 in. And
you got to buy 3 of this product just to get... So FFG's been through this. We've been through this a million times with those core sets.
Yeah. They used to make you buy 3 core sets.
Did any of the players you talked to about that say, you know what my favorite part of that game was that I bought 3 core sets to get a lot of redundant cards I had no interest in so I could get 3 Desperado or whatever it was. Yeah. It just doesn't... I just don't understand the upside of that. When you could have gone all reprints. You could have included a couple of packs of History Pack number 1, which is a great release that you've already just now finished. Obviously, the timing maybe didn't work out where you could get the factory to ship that and get that over there. But in terms of like the template for a new player product, it's like as the first attempt, I think the idea of the product is excellent. Yeah. Really, really good. Hopefully the second one takes some real-time feedback and changes some things. I think the easiest thing, if it's new players only, reprints and play sets and maybe a couple of booster packs to have an exciting experience of playing the TCG.
Yeah.
Like, it's a tale as old as time. I feel like it's been done a lot. If you got to scale back some of the foils because it's too expensive at $50 a box, I suppose you could do that, but I don't even think the price point is the biggest thing. I think if it was like a universally well-crafted, contained product for everybody involved, it would be okay at that price point.
I have no problem with a $50 starter product as long as it's worth $50.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the issues too. Is like before those Blitz decks they were selling were like $10 each.
Yeah,
you're getting 2 Blitz decks. Also, is there not a rule book?
No.
That's interesting.
No, but there is. Hold on, I saw it. It's like it links to the Learn to Play thing.
Is it this thing?
Yeah, I think it links to it. Yeah, right here. Learn to Play. Fab. TCG.com/learn.
That's
Which is fine because then you can always change it. Yeah, I guess.
I don't mind that.
You can always change it. And kids have phones. We've all got
kids
the
have phones
and stuff.
Yeah, this is.
It's close. It's close.
It just is odd in every way.
Yeah, it's it really just makes you want to be in the room whenever those decisions are made, right? And it's like, well, let's just put one glistening in there. It's like, well, what's on the board that says like this is why that's the right decision?
The problem with that, outside the practical, when you're in the room talking about it in the strategy room on the whiteboard, it's the same. FFG had the same perception problem. I actually think in FFG's case, came from a really good place. I remember talking to him about this, right?
Yeah, Andrew was all into the diversity of that core set.
It's like we want to get as many different cards in the core set as we can. We also want to keep the core set at a lower price. They didn't want to go past, I think, $39.99 or whatever. And so you're stuck between, do we offer a very finite amount of cards for $40? Or do we make it a wider experience that shows off more of the game that if you're really into it, you can buy more core sets and complete your set and do your thing. And it may be true with Legend Story 2 with this product that like the intent is good. But the problem is that the way this is laid out is just from my initial opening of this, which is crazy. I had no idea. I didn't know what I was walking into fully. I heard murmuring, but I didn't know. I didn't know why there was murmuring, and I was like, I think I can be, we'll see. Is that either this is being put together by someone who's awareness is the wrong word, but like understanding, like it's a lack of understanding.
Yeah.
Either there's a lack of understanding, or there's which is scary in its own right.
Sure.
Or there's the negative half of it, which is the thought was we'll put one glistening. It's a really good card. We'll put some other interesting cards and it's nice and the equipment and whatnot and going on. But we'll put one really exceptional card, and the only way to get it is this. That way we make sure that our current player base buys us out of this product.
Yeah.
And if that is that's just a bad...
Yeah, because then new players don't have access to it, right? It's like anytime it's just you're splitting the goalposts in the wrong way, both directions. If it's a new player product, make it strictly a new player product. Like you shouldn't have to buy it. You're not a new player.
Yeah.
Right? It says it right here. It doesn't say for Pro Tour participant Zach Bunn, designed for, right?
No, for anyone that finished 33rd or worse.
New players, right? Which we are not. And yet you're having to buy it.
Which, and it could be that all these cards are coming out in a set near you, right? But even then, it still feels bad because right now, if you want to play Dory, that's one of the best Dory cards in the game.
I think to play Dory competitively right now, you are going to have 3 of these.
Yeah, and I haven't even looked at how much it's going to... I'm sure they're now sold out, and you can't get these for even close to what you...
Who knows?
What's the price? Does anyone know what happened to the price on this? Anyways.
Are they still available? They could just still be available.
The boxes?
Yeah. Are they sold out?
I have no idea. But if it is coming out later, even if they had been like, hey, all the cards in this are eventually going to come out elsewhere, there's still a time period where if you want to play Dory, you have to do this. And I'm not against spending money on cards, obviously. Right. I'm doing that all the time. But it does hit weird in this release, especially for something that seems like it's supposed to be good for new players. Mm-hmm. I originally bought one, even if it didn't have new cards. I knew there were going to be some cold foils in it, and I was like, that's cool. And
you could literally have it as I'm going to get my friend involved, or you take it with you on the road to visit your brother or something.
And in my head, this was going to be a little hardbound lore book, and I was like, that'd be cool to have. And if I don't want the decks, I can give them to someone or whatever. And then I saw that there would be unique cards in it. And in my head, it was going to be Blitz decks, so 2 of everything. And I was like, well, if I want to have this for constructed, I'm going to need another one. I figured I'd have an extra copy of something that I could trade and whatever. So then it's the inverse of that. It's just what is happening?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. And it is just kind of, it's funny too that Reinar is in, now I can understand this. Again, from a new perspective angle, or new player perspective, all of this makes total sense.
Yeah. This is a simpler Dory.
Right.
And the Reinar is fine as printed. Even the weapon is simpler.
Yeah. Because Dory, whenever we first started playing the game, was the most confusing thing on earth. Because it's I can attack an additional time. Sweet. I'll do it. And then it's you don't have go again. And it's oh, wait, I have to get both of those at the same time? So I understand why they changed that for the new player roundup. But glistening is the interesting one here. Because this could have been Steelblade Supremacy. This could have been Singing Steelblade.
Totally. If that's Singing Steelblade?
It's Alpha Rampage. I mean, it's all the same. I mean, you got a ton of attack
how
backs.
did that happen?
I don't know.
How and why? And I'm looking here at Alpha Rampage every time, and I'm just what is going on?
Mm-hmm. You could also ask, is Intimidate the best mechanic to interact with when you're a new player? Where it's I just can't do anything, and I take 20 damage, or 5 damage, or 10 damage. That's not really the back and forth of the game that's appealing. Ira or Katsu maybe would have been a better choice. Then you got his chain links easier.
And I get from the lore standpoint, you have this thing going on, but what was the thing I just realized?
I like the way that bone basher. This is a one-handed weapon?
Yeah.
Okay. Bring that on. Brute can run the Arcane Lantern?
I was going to say, so I keep saying Alpha Rampage. It sticks out because it's if there was 5 cards on the Glistening Steelblade level in this pack, and I had to buy 3 of them, it's okay, that's not great, but at least I'm getting a bunch of cards that I want to get.
Yeah.
But literally, if I had just bought one of these and I'm looking at this, I would be buying copy number 2 and 3 for that card.
Yeah.
So then it's literally a $50 card.
You typically don't want to do things with your products that people feel is a chore to collect rather than a joy.
Yeah, this is really fascinating to me.
So anyway, I'm going to put these 2 in my my Kasai deck and move on. 2 yellow run-throughs, a great card also in this deck, where I got some good stuff. Yellow Pack Call is worth having in Brute.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame because these heroes look so good.
I know. They do look good. And that has a factor. I mean, they look good. Yeah. Everything looks good.
I'm nice. Also very sad to learn that there's no lore in here. Yeah. I was so excited. I was literally today, I was like, I'm going to go like tonight, look through the actual lore book again. I have new lore for the, like, that's sad. I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot confused. I'm not sure yet.
Blue Sigil too. I mean, I don't know. I think you can trust new players. You can give them good cards, and they'll figure out how to play the game. I think that's better than trying to like overthink. Well, if we give them blank cards, then they'll only do the thing. It's like, well, that's not really.
And even on the Blue Sigil thing, it's
the
like,
game, isn't it?
I feel like giving, if these had been 2 really standout Blitz decks that you could just play out of the box, would have been very good for new players here. I'll stack that over here, because like having a genuine, if new players are asking, it's like, what, we get this question all the time. What should I buy to start? Mm-hmm. I would love to be like, if you buy the Classic Battles box, you can literally choose either deck, go to a tournament, like a Blitz tournament, you're going to be just fine. Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't really examined how these decks play and how they function, but I assume they're not going to be even.
No, you're not bringing Titanium Bauble and Blue Sigil to an event and feeling good.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
And even targeting old players is like, extra copies of Red Sigil is maybe nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or put like some Sync Belows in there, some Paid for Scenes, the obviously usable cards. I don't know. It's interesting, guys. So that wraps it up. We're going to stop this one up. Any last thoughts, final thoughts?
I'll say the cards look good. If you're a brand new player, I bet this is a just fine place to start and learn the game. And these are great heroes, and the game is phenomenal. But it is very confusing. This is one of the more, like some people were confused by the history packs. I understand. I think it's good, and there's mixed opinions on that. But this is just like, I can't even find the use case that this really is maximized around. It's like
it's not maximized.
They're maxed to values that are not important on either axis.
Yeah, that was the whole thing I kept saying was like, it's like both of the player bases that they would try to be hitting with this, they have missed equally in both directions.
Yeah.
And you can solve it. You can solve it in a number of different ways. I think it has to be play sets. If you want new cards to exist, make sure existing players only have to buy one of a release. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you can reprint anything you want and give the diversity of experience that you desire. Don't make new players buy the release at all. Or existing players.
To be fair, what I will say is if you're a new player and you bought this, I think you probably have a good time.
I think it'd be great. I think it'd be a lot of fun, actually.
And if you're an old player and you want to play Dory, you're buying 3 of them.
Yeah.
So, practically speaking, just like Machiavellian level.
Did they? Yeah, maybe it was the right financial decision. I don't know.
And I don't think that's good long term.
Well, that's what I mean. The second one is where you find out what you really have built around this box.
I do think this would be a very acceptable starting point for a new player. Maybe a little more expensive than like buying 2 Blitz decks from the previous set.
It's way better than I think the Tails Blitz decks.
Yeah.
I think the Tails mechanics are way more complicated than you need to be for new people.
Yeah. And you get the lore book and like it's a fun little thing. And I think, it's on the constructed front, if you want to play Dory, you're just going to do it.
Yeah.
There's no...
Yeah, it's weird being here too because it's a fix that the price of Glistening Steelbit as a single, for instance, isn't ever going to go anywhere.
Yeah, unless they put it out of set. If I bought 3 of these and then they put it out of set, I'm going to feel real bad.
Yeah, well, get ready because that's probably what they're doing. Anyway, maybe it serves
Classic
its purpose.
Battles. What I'll say is I appreciate the attempt at this product.
I think it was the right idea.
And I really hope to see if they do more of these that it is improved on this. If I were changing it, I would put at least a Blitz playset in.
Yeah,
I would make sure that every card is at least a reasonable card to play.
Yeah,
like Blue Sigil is really not there for me on any level. Even Titanium Bauble is very confusing. And then, if you really wanted to make it perfect, and you don't want any of your current players to be buying it, don't put new cards in it. Now, if you do want some old player interest and collector interest, put alt arts in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Or cold foils of things that weren't previously cold foil. Like if it had been old Dory and old Rhinar, let's just say, or old Alpha Rampage and old Singing Steelblade, but Alpha Rampage and Singing Steelblade cold foil.
Yeah, or Senator or like
it's like that's a fine way that the people that are really into those heroes might be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to upgrade.
Yeah, totally. I see that.
And then, but then the other side is, if you want players to have to go through the experience of, if you're a new player, I get it. As a collectible game, you do not want to make it too easy to get everything you need, because part of the game is collecting.
Yeah.
But still, I think it's Blitz. It's one class. It's one hero. I would way prefer to have it feel like a deck I would build for a friend and hand to them going into a tournament for the first time than a deck of here's what I had left over in this box.
Yeah, which maybe, that's going to be hard to do. That's a lot to ask to have a tournament viable. Now, tons of games do this. Yeah. They actually have the viable decks. But it can be a fine, okay deck. It functions. Its thing just isn't super strong. But you got to have at least that Blitz playset.
Yeah, well, to me, it's not even about if you're building Dory and it was a tournament deck, I'd have Courage of Bladehold and I would have that kind of stuff. But if you're going to put Sigil in,
yeah, just anything.
Just give them the red.
Just even a blue driving blade.
Instead of Bobble.
Yeah, instead of Bobble. Anything.
Weird product.
Yeah, weird product, but not strictly wrong. Maybe just, I think if I've learned anything else, that's pretty good at taking that feedback. So I imagine that if they do this again, it will be improved.
Absolutely.
All right. We are out of here. We are no longer recording. Look at that. That was painless, right? We've got a video now. We can post that.
Now I'm over here wondering where I'm going to get that third card.
It's so perfect because, you're the guy who just got hosed by this product.
Yeah.
You're the exact person who just got hosed by this.
Now let's get hosed on the table.
All right. What's up, everybody? Hey, not correctly saying Ira and Welcome to Wraith were the perfect addition to this game. It's 100% true. 2 Ira decks. It's the greatest thing. Yeah. 2 Ira decks. You've already got them in the
right price, free $9.99.
Oh my gosh.
Noreen's saying it's $25 on TCG Player. Who is selling this single on TCG Player?
Somebody's.
You know what? I know exactly what's the name of the card?
Glistening Steel Blade. So somebody's buying them at cost, cracking them for singing and or glistening, and probably there's so many people out there willing to make money.
$24. That's not bad. Well, that's what I'm doing.
So if they sell the glistenings out of there, and if they sell the pack calls and the run throughs,
we're doing it right now.
Boom.
So you may tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened.
I feel like there were 3 teams involved in the making of this product, and none of them got what they wanted.
Oh, I wasn't going to go there. What I was going to say is the reason that they're this price right here.
Oh, 25?
Yeah, is because, let me make sure. Because the people bought them not knowing. Now the details have been revealed, and if you can at least just get your money back out of the product as a retailer, if you can just sell this one card and get your money back, that's a winning deal.
Okay, all right.
If someone's, let's say you order 50 at the store.
Yeah.
And then people are just not interested.
Yeah, but isn't that funny? If I'm buying 50 at my store, and this is where it compounds these issues. If I'm buying 50 of these and it says it's designed for new players, although the marketing and the messaging around this was never really clear. Because it didn't really exist. There was no real here's Classic Battles, here's what it's about, here's who it's for, et cetera, et cetera. It wasn't pushed in front of you like we're seeing with Uprising, right? Where it's these big previews are happening, and oh my gosh, of course, it's a little more exciting, but you could have that kind of a marketing push for Battles where we all go in saying oh, this is going to be the perfect learn to play moment for new players. But if I'm a store man, I'm buying 50 of those, why would I expect them all to get bought by existing players? That's not what the product's for.
Yeah. So
then existing players are I don't want this. I don't like this. And so it's well, why were you expecting them to buy it anyway?
Yeah, it's curious.
Did you, and then a lot of stores just take pre-orders but don't take money. So that could happen too, where it's oh, Joe said he wanted one, but now that we know what's in it, Joe doesn't want it anymore, so here it is, and I've already ordered it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all sorts of different ways this can go weird.
I don't know, but it seems like a good card, and Dory seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's really good.
Real quick, I want to get this, I just want to get my gold hammer in.
Okay, should we do an official? Do you want me to play some kind of a dramatic music in the background?
Do we have those gold angels that come across the screen?
Are you going to touch it with your gross hands?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you going to put your gloves on?
No gloves. Cards are made for playing.
Well, they weren't necessarily made for touching,
I agree. That's why we're putting them in all these things.
Tom Rose guessing that glistening will be in the next supplemental set. That'll be an absolute disaster.
That's fine.
It'll be fine, but there are going to be people that spent $150 to get glistening steel blade, and they're going to be
Not pleased.
I'm not happy about this at all.
Yeah.
Not happy about this at all.
Here we go. Look at this thing.
What's it feel like to touch it?
Yeah.
I don't dare.
Feels good. Looks good.
Yeah.
I love this hammer. Many good times.
Yeah. Many bad times for me with that thing. Azalea trying to beat that.
Block.
I didn't realize I was playing the worst hero in existence at the time.
Yeah. You win some games.
I mean, I thought it was bad, but I didn't.
I feel like our streams old school were like, I would not play against Azalea or his Guardian long enough that I would forget. And we'd play a game or two, you'd win, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I just blocked.
Just got to block. Gardodari, when did Classic Battles release? What was that, a couple weeks ago?
I was gone. It was one of the past 2 Fridays.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. Also, Jonathan and Bryce, if you can hear me, there's a big update install today screen, so we can't see the monitor. If somebody could click the remind me later button on that.
It does make it hard to monitor.
That'd be great. All I can see is Zach's hands touching this gold foil hammer, which is not terrible.
I can see nothing.
There it goes. Jonathan's got it. Or Bryce's got it.
There it is.
Okay, so what are we going to do? You want to get ready for Blitz? What are you playing? What do you want to play?
Well, if you want to... So here's the Blitz reality, as far as I know. And if I'm wrong, comment and help us out. We're very new to Blitz. Bless our souls. As far as I know, the top 3 decks are Oldhim, Kano, and Rhino.
Yeah, and Kano's a question mark. Because it all depends, man. It all depends. So we got a lot. There's so many different ways this can spin. Now, Kano can steal games from just about anybody. Mm-hmm. However, the very hyper aggro decks, like Dash, Tekla Pounder, for instance, can just present too much damage. Yeah. Kano just loses.
From the beginning.
Yeah. Kano also has to be played very carefully and well against Oldhim. And it's devastatingly taxing to play that match.
So what we definitely know is 6 of the top 8 at the Battle Hardened were Oldhim.
And I'll tell you this, Rhinar can also steal games from Kano very easily.
Because he just kills them.
Yeah, because you start open barraging beatdown, and it's like, well, you got to go now or never.
Yeah. And if you go now, they don't even need to intimidate the rest of your hand.
Yep. And then you're going. And those barraging start landing even harder. And so if you miss on your blues, it's like, oh, well, so.
Yeah. But also, Kano can just beat you on turn 1.
Yeah.
Or turn 0 or turn 2 or 3.
It's true.
Easily.
Yeah. And then we got like Dash as a top aggro deck. We got Chain as a top aggro deck. We've got Kasai as a aggro-y mid-range. People are playing it pretty aggro right now, I think, generally. And all of those decks have their own struggles into various things, right? Chain's always going to be something.
Yeah, but the thing about Chain to me is I feel like a lot of games in Blitz are so fast that Chain doesn't really have a time for the shackles to matter.
Yes, but he does have the ability for go again on your next attack to matter.
Always.
Yeah. So like that's just generally useful, and he's got Husk for 6. And Husk in this format, of course, is insane.
0 for 6 with almost no penalty.
Yeah.
You maybe take a couple blood dead off of it, but you're net 4 or 5 health on it.
Now, he's going to struggle. I don't think you can sideboard into a full fatigue package like Chain can do in CC. So are you more susceptible? I hear in Blitz that even like Warrior can fatigue Chain just because all the armor and all the 3 blocks.
Well, and you can imagine why Oldhim would be good in Blitz because at 40 card decks, he just needs to run the clock out.
Yeah, he can basically he can take the aggro openings if he's got them, or he can just turtle up and hope that you run out of threats.
So as far as I know, it's kind of Oldhim top.
Yeah.
And then Rhino and Kano are close in the conversation just because they can win so quickly.
Yeah.
And like even Rhino can like nuke Oldhim's hand before he gets the chance to lock you down.
He's kind of the answer to that style of play. Yeah.
And then right close to that, as far as I know, are decks like Briar, Kasai is often talked about at this point. Icelander used to be, but I think it was because she was so good into Visceray, who was the previous top dog.
Yeah.
He's obviously so top dog that he is a living legend himself.
Yeah, he was the toppest of top dogs. Yeah.
He was the top dog. And then, there's rumblings like Aggro Dash. Old Bravo is another one that gets in the conversation, which I have here because I have the hammer and I love Bravo, and you may as well try it.
You still got Briar?
Bravo, yeah, I do. I also have Bravo.
Briar's fine in Blitz.
Bravo is no longer a dirty word.
Because let's remember, all of these are just CC decks at 2 of instead of 3 of.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So the only thing that's impacted is sideboarding.
Yeah.
You don't get to sideboard.
Half health and any hero. That's why like even Briar is possible because like she can just do 12 to 20 every turn. most of the time. That's most of the hell. Like, I mean, if you have one turn and you get 5 or 6 damage, or against Kano's at 15, like she might actually threaten lethal on her first turn.
Yep.
So if he starts trying to go, it's just, you know,
Kano's got to be careful.
So I feel like, I mean, we don't have to start there technically. Tell me this: what is your objective for this fine day?
I just want to jam a bunch of Kano, really.
Okay. What do you want to see first? We'll see it all. These games go so quick, it'll make your head spin.
The Kano v Oldhim game will not go that quickly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
That's why we're all just annoyed by Oldhim, just generally. Yeah. Why don't you do Briar? Let's see Briar v Kano a bunch, because you're familiar with Briar. We're going to see just a basic aggro. Do we have Dash built over there anymore?
I don't have Dash built, no.
Is Matt building Dash? Does he have Dash built?
Matt's building Dash. Dash is like a... so I view decks that make me sad kind of like a disease that I just keep away from me.
Yeah.
Dash is one of those. I'll rarely have Dash built. I also rarely have Prism built.
True.
I almost always also never play a deck unless it can beat Prism.
Yeah.
It's like rule number one.
That's the target.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could also... should we talk about the new... We want to talk about new Uprising cards?
Oh, man.
I covered everything, but we have a few that we need to...
Yeah, did you do the everything so far?
Yeah. But let me just take us around the horn here real quick on the new cards. So, what have we seen since we last spoke? What do you think about the previews you've seen so far? You're a Dragon guy.
So, for those that don't know, we had a long stint of playing the Game of Thrones LCG. We picked that game up right before we opened the store for the very first time. We had a lovely local Game of Thrones community. We had 25 plus people coming to the weekly Thrones meetup for a long time. Mm-hmm. 10 o'clock, we'd roll around, store closed. We'd head to the local Irish pub, Kilkenny's. If you're in Tulsa, hit that place up. They had a burger beer deal. It was a great time in my life. I also got in before that. The reason I picked up the game is because I had a friend who recommended the books. I started reading the books, saw the game next to the Lord of the Rings LCG at Gen Con. I was like, this is interesting. So there's this whole Thrones phase. Love House Targaryen. I played House Targaryen in Thrones for years. Always loved dragons. So obviously dragon theme is exciting for me. Also fire's my favorite element of the 4 elements.
Of the classics.
5. Yeah. So excited about that. And then we get a fire illusionist who summons dragons. I couldn't have picked a better.
Yeah. It was built right for you.
And they just keep showing new dragons.
There's a million dragons. There's 1,000 dragons.
Yeah, I'm used to there just being 3.
Yeah.
And, very weak to sea-borne assaults. Watch out. They'll get you. Boats aren't supposed to be planes. I'm going to be honest. It's like a train beating a boat. Like, what? You can't do it. No. Trains just move stuff across the land. Boats just move stuff across the water.
Boats, man. No, I played some World of Warships in my day with my friend Robert, of course. And you can install anti-aircraft guns on a boat, for sure. Yeah. Especially if they're not paying attention. then you can really get them.
Yeah. Well, at least in that part of the show, they didn't have any good reasons to be paying attention.
Definitely not.
Surely no one is out to get me at this point.
No, everybody was safe.
All that to say,
I'm opening that door, man.
Yeah, it's just kick that box around. I'm a fan of dragons. All that to say. So her name's Dromai or Dromai? Dromai?
I think it's Dromai. Let's just call it Dromai.
She looks. I'm excited about everything surrounding her. Prism. I just talked about how much I don't like Prism.
Mm-hmm.
So having an illusionist that I actually am compelled to play is exciting.
Yeah.
And it seems like she's going to play... People this weekend were saying that the common weapon is just like Luminaris.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems way more way less reliably good.
Yeah.
It's not giving all of your attacks go again as long as you pitch yellow.
Right.
It's way different than that. So yeah, all that stuff looks interesting. I also like Phoenixes are cool too.
Phoenix stuff.
Phoenix.
Fire stuff.
It's a fire bird.
Well, let's start with...
what about you? Before we get into actual cards.
I think it's all Icelander for me.
You're just waiting for the wizard cards.
Yeah, I think it's all Icelander. She's playing Greyjoy Choke, which I hate to admit is something that I'm very interested in playing. Yeah.
Yeah. But and it's ice.
It's ice. Water it's close to fire. Or it's close to water. We're getting closer every moment.
Yeah,
having
water.
A water-based, even a water-based ninja.
Melted ice, yeah.
Would be sick. We have watery ninja cards.
That illusionist we keep seeing on the blue cards also could be water-based. That'd be cool.
That would be
water
so
illusionist.
Cool.
So the question I have is, do you remember? I know you love the show, Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
Does the whole situation here with the Fire Nation and the siblings, and then
are they siblings? I haven't really read the lore.
Yeah, the ninja and the illusionist are siblings.
Oh, so it's like what Zuko and Azula?
Azula. Yeah. Yeah, it gives me those vibes. And also...
And he looks a ton like Zuko, actually. Wait just a minute.
It totally does, yeah. And we've got... what's the waterbender's name?
Katara?
You mean Icelander? Right there in the same set?
But she's bending ice, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, Faye looks a lot like... Yeah, wow, he's got the scar and everything, Zach.
But in the show, it's the Nation of Fire in this, the Fire Nation in this one.
Well, great artist steal.
In Fab, it's the Nation of Fire. That's right. And in the show, it was the Fire Nation.
Okay, well, that's a pretty cool thing actually to bring in here. Wow, had no idea. Let's talk about some cards that we've seen since ours sand cover. We can pull up the sand cover promo if you want. This is the promo card. In case you missed it, we revealed this on Saturday, going out to subscribers through our booster box subscription. If you're not a part of that already,
what are you doing?
What can I say?
If you are a part of that already, thank you so much. We couldn't do any of this without all of our subscribers and players who support us. So seriously, genuinely, thank you for being a part of this.
Yeah, it's awesome. And this card is awesome. I think it's going to be notable.
Dude, it looks good, but it looks really good in person.
Yeah.
When you handed it to me, I was like, that's pretty good. Let me look at this thing.
Put that on.
Let's get this out of the case.
Get it out of the sleeve. I did it even without any sleeve on it.
Yeah, you gotta
show the people.
You gotta see the whole thing. So we were talking about this... When I first saw this got posted after you did the video, I was like, that's pretty good. I hadn't seen it. And then we were talking in the car on the way home yesterday, and by the end of the drive, I was like, I feel like this is really good.
I think it's notably...
It's like sneaky.
I think it's important.
Just instant block 4. It's like a sink below, except for you can get rid of it on your turn if you have to.
Yeah, I think it's probably a 3 of, and... Well, I don't know. But it seems like a 3. I mean, if you can turn one of your little dragons, attack with it, and then next turn blow it up for 4. Seems good. Let's talk about what we haven't seen, though. Starting with Red Hot. This is what's interesting is we've seen this is a dual specialization. Dromai or Fae.
That's so cool.
Fae, should we call it Fae or Fae? You can't say Dromai and Fae. Yeah, Dromai, Fae.
Dromai and Fae.
Dromai and Fae. Becky Peppy, Kids from the City.
I think it's Dromai. Because I say Viscerae. It's got to be A.
Yeah. Well, if that's how it's said, then
otherwise I'm inconsistent. And
that's right.
Can't have that.
So Fae. I'm going to say Fae. Dromai, Fae, Viscerae.
For some reason I picture...
I say Viscerae, though, don't I?
Viscerae? Viscerae. I say Viscerae. I don't know what I say. I say Viscerae. Hold on, let me think about it.
Viscerae, Dromai. What language is the root?
I say Viscerae.
What is the root AI from?
Viscerae?
Yeah.
I say Viscerae.
Yeah, you do.
Dromai. Fae.
Dromai, Fae, Viscerae.
Yeah, Fae is better than Phi.
Yeah.
You can't have Phi, Phi, Phi.
So it's got this new keyword on it, Rupture. So Rupture is Chainlink 4 or higher, makes it's better at Chainlink 4 or higher. When you attack with this, reveal the top X cards of your deck, where X is the number of Draconic Chainlinks you control.
Okay, so 4
Draconic attack, Draconic attack, Draconic attack.
And I control
Red
it
hot.
If I created it?
Yeah.
Super hot.
So let's say 4 is the number here. Deal damage equal to the number of red cards revealed this way to any target, then shuffle. So if I hit it on Chainlink 4 and I played 4 Draconic attacks, I revealed the top 4 cards, and then I deal damage equal to the number of red cards on the top there. Just normal, unmodified. Deal damage equal to, etc.
So they can't prevent it?
No, they can't.
Unless they had ward.
They can't, block it.
Yeah, they can't block it. You can't Arcane Barrier.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is where ward gets important.
Yeah, it's the same kind of damage like Steelblade Shunt or Reckless Swing, these kinds of things.
Dude, unpreventable damage is the real deal.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Especially if you actually pitch stack this thing.
What if you have 17 Draconic Chainlinks? Then you would do potentially 17 damage.
Well, how are you going to get 17 cards?
I don't know. Well, we're going to find out. A lot of things draw cards if you don't know. And the Mask of Momentum you can play with Phi.
I have heard that drawing cards is good.
Anyway, it's a great card, obviously. It's funny because I always associated the ninja thing to be high chainlink stuff. But I think in reality, the game likes high chainlink stuff. They like the idea of everybody comboing, aside from boring Bravo decks and stuff. But it seems like the Draconic thing is just playing a lot of things attacks in a turn.
Well, and thematically speaking, is the element here being expressed as fire.
Yeah.
Fire spreading,
aggression,
right?
yeah,
And it's like this, yeah. So the more fire you're putting in, the more pain that's happening is good.
Because the illusionist stuff is also going to be a bunch of tiny dragons. Big chain link kind of stuff.
Yeah. Then we have, dude. Are those dragons considered draconic parts of the chain link?
Absolutely.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here.
Yeah, so it's dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have a phantasm.
They better have a 6.
Boom, chain link 18.
But if you swing in first with that dragon, it looks at their hand and banish a card, and it's a 6. You better have 2 6s.
You better have 2 6s.
Hot dang.
Johnny 2 6s. Then we have Burn Them All. 0 cost red.
They're just ripping this right from there.
It's an illusionist aura. Go again. So you play it as one of these 0 cost auras as red. You put it on the table. And then once per turn when a dragon attacks, it deals 1 arcane damage to every opposing hero. But in the context of our games, my dragon attacks the first time, it does 1 arcane to you.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And then at the beginning of your end phase, put a raise counter on it, then destroy it unless you banish red cards from your graveyard for each raise counter on it.
Well, that's easy. This is a late game card.
Seemingly, because we know there's a lot of recursion in at least 5 stuff where he's bringing the Phoenix Flames back. But
it's a late, but it's also like the sooner you get it in play, the more it's going to do.
There's a lot of time. I mean, how many red cards are you going to recur over the course of a game? 3?
Well,
so just keep banishing, baby.
I was going to say, is every turn, if you're playing a red card, like, you just need to get like 3 or 4 already in, and then if you play 1 or 2 a turn, it's going to be a long time before this ever catches up.
Yeah, it's that Leviathan.
But you also don't necessarily want 2 of these things over there either.
Unless you want to do 2 arcane damage every time you swing.
I will say banishing those cards. As someone who got inverted my existence this weekend, getting rid of the stuff sometimes can be good too.
That can actually be relevant, yeah. Let's go back to the main shot, too. Nothing happening on the board.
It'd be a shame if we ever got a Shadow Draconic Illusionist, or a Shadow Draconic Runeblade. Who could play these things out of the, banish them after you banish them.
Don't even put that idea into the world.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming.
Liquefy. Liquefy. It's one of these cards that goes a little farther than I'm used to with Flesh and Blood art. You want to see it?
It's kind of like some of those Brute cards.
Yeah.
Shadow Brute.
He's just a little too melted.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. 1 cost, attack reaction. With Rupture. So if it's not the 4th chain link or higher, it does nothing. Keep that in mind.
It does 0.
Nothing, because it's all baked into that Rupture keyword.
Okay.
But if it's on chain link 4 or higher, when it hits, put a -1 counter on an equipment, and if it's 0, destroy it.
Like that.
Yeah, I love equipment destruction.
That Crown of Seeds, eh?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
I'm gonna liquefy
that. Burn that thing.
I'm gonna burn you. I'm gonna have Crown of Gold.
Turns out, leaves burn. They make good fires. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Let's look at Uprising.
That card's really good now that I'm in the context of all those little dragons being draconic.
I assume they are. I mean, they're dragons. They say draconic on them, don't they?
You have 5 or 6 dragons a hit, and then you can burn something. Like, theme-wise, I do dig it.
Yeah, it only takes a spark. Uprising, the card...
With a spark that'll light the fire that'll burn down the First Order. That and the casino scene are the only 2 things about Last Year I do not like.
Wow. Oof. Uprising, 0 cost. Draconic action, 3 block, majestic. Your next 4 draconic attacks are +1.
Okay.
So this is effectively 0 for 4, but a lot of your stuff I think is going to be on 3 breakpoints. So it's going to push them into 4 breakpoints. Yeah.
It's the name of the set, so it's got to be good.
Yeah.
So Drome. I'm going to get this right.
Viscerae, Drome, Fae. We're saying Fae now?
No, Viscerae.
Viscerae.
Drome.
Fae.
She loves this card, right?
Yeah, I assume.
If she plays a red card, then...
all her dragons have go again.
All of her stuff has go again. So you start here, and then now all your dragons have go again and +1.
Yeah. So you swing 2, swing 2, swing 2, swing 2. Well, but if they pop the first one, Phantasm.
I'm over here being optimistic. I'm going to have a couple of those big dragons.
Yeah, the big boys, yeah.
The little baby dragons are cool, but I want those marvels,
Yeah. Then we've got Phoenix Flame. This is an interesting new card type where effectively you think about it like this. It's a cracked bauble that does something. It's a good way to think of it. So you can put it in your deck like normal, and you don't have to draft it or pull it in packs to put it in your deck during limited format. So these are cards that are always available to include. And you're going to have 3 of them in every Fey deck.
Fey.
I presume.
Fey.
It says 0 cost, red. If you control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, it has +1, and it's go again. Now, the thing is, you could just swing this in for 0.
Yeah.
Just to build your Chain Links up.
Yeah.
But then if it's later in the turn...
And with all the Rupture stuff, you want to get to Chain Link 4.
Yeah.
So that's just having anything there is good.
And then we've got Phoenix Form. Now, remember, before we go to Phoenix Form, if we look at Fey...
Good.
Fey can pay 3 to put one of these back in hand. Oh, where is it?
Yeah. Or -1 for every Draconic Chain Link. So
yeah.
If you've done 2, now you pay 1, get this back, play it. You've already done 2, so now it's a +1 attack. Has go again. Now you've got 3 Chain Links. And
that's right. And 1 is the pitch value for a red card.
Yeah. So this is really cool because Drome? Is that her name?
Drome
what?
Viscerae.
Drome obviously can create the illusions that let her extend out past 3. This is really cool that the Ninja has this to kind of get back to get that third. That's a great third Chain Link. Because you can pay really 1 to guarantee you get it, play, have resources floating, do your thing.
And you start with 1 Phoenix Flame in your graveyard with this hero.
Yeah, so get one of those back is once per turn.
Once per turn instant, yeah. So you can do it on your opponent's turn as well. Keep that in mind. If you're going first or second or however you feel it. Phoenix Form, 0 cost, red, 3 attack, 3 defense. While you control 1 or more Phoenix Flames, Phoenix Form has go again. If you control 2 or more, it has +2. If you control 3 or more, it has, this is incredible text. When this hits, draw 3 cards. Now, notably, when this hits a hero, draw 3 cards. So you can't spike this on a dragon.
Yeah.
But basically, if you go Phoenix Flame, Phoenix Flame, Phoenix Flame, Phoenix Form, you have the potential to draw 3 cards. So it's kind of a little mini show. Or if you go like Phoenix Flame, go get Phoenix Flame from a graveyard, play it, play in Liquefy, play this, draw 3, keep going down the line.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anything that has the words draw 3 on it needs to be looked at.
And if you got the mask too, you got to think about, so the mask is the 3rd trigger, you deny that, but then the 4th trigger could be Phoenix Form. I don't know, it's hard, all this speculation to figure all this out.
Chat's very adamant that it's Viscerae and Dromai and
I am too.
Viscerae. Doesn't sound right.
Hasn't that been verified? Didn't James say it was Viscerae?
It was Kasai.
Not Cassie?
Not Cassie. He laughed. I was genuinely asking. I always say Kasai, but people always say Cassie.
No, I say Cassie for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a nickname. Dory, same kind of thing.
Cassie.
But if Kasai is AI and it's I.
Viscerae.
How is it not Viscerae?
It has to be Viscerae. But you're saying it's not supposed to be Viscerae. You're saying it's Viscerae. Viscerae!
That's right. So I'm wrong.
Yeah, so you're wrong.
So it is Viscerae.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm glad. Dang.
Millsy saying, did James White confirm Marubian Sky?
I heard somebody say that on commentary in one of the, I think it was in Krakow.
Marubian Skies? Yeah. No way.
Straight-faced, man.
Perhaps that's where Matt picked it up watching those Polish streams.
Maybe that's it.
Viscerae.
Then here, Tomultai.
Well, hey, hold on. Does that mean, is Viscerae from Volcor? He's got the AI at the end? Because Kasai is from Volcor.
That has to be what that means.
Right? That feels correct.
Huh.
So are we going to get a Draconic Viscerae? If I get a Draconic Runeblade and it's Viscerae, I'm going to die.
Maybe that's what becoming the Arc Knight is.
Well, so becoming the Arc Knight
What is the Arc Knight?
So Dr. Sutcliffe,
I
think it's Dr. Sutcliffe, has the Arc Knight shard, and he basically like replaces, I think, Viscerae's like heart with this thing, and it like resurrects him as that's how he becomes the Arc Knight.
Okay.
It's like this like darkness, but he hates Sutcliffe because he like has put him in this kind of like prism. So I think he will eventually evolve past Arknight.
Into a dragon, an arc beast.
Perhaps he'll be reborn. You know?
Because you could imagine a dragon would even want the Arknight shard, right? Dragons love shiny things.
Well, especially that gold dragon.
Yeah,
we'll get to it in a second.
Yeah.
Tim was reading it to me when we were driving.
Yeah.
And then it's stealing the items. I was like, oh, it's a hoarding dragon? I love it. Yeah.
Let's look at Tumultai.
Viscerai. Dang it.
Draconic Illusion. It's a dragon. It's the first one. This is the big. Look at that guy. Mm-hmm. Looks so much like the Outsider from Sky Tier.
With wings.
Yeah. It's a 5 attack, 5 health, which is a good break point.
Five's hard to hit.
You know, a lot of decks are going to be doing like your 4 break points.
You don't want a scar for a scar hitting this thing.
No. Whenever Tumultai attacks a hero, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. If one or more red cards are revealed this way, put that many -1 counters on an equipment they control, and then if it has 0, destroy it. This is pretty cool. I know this is going to be really annoying, but also them interacting with armor so heavily as the fire faction and like burning your suit.
Well, and it seems like that's like one lane.
Yeah.
There are certain cards. It makes sense that the dragons can melt armor.
Yeah.
Can I see this thing real quick?
Yeah. It's a lava beast of some kind. Lava dragon.
I love this thing.
Yeah. It's got a lot of hits for you here.
Yeah. Someone said the Runeblade lore is so metal. And someone else pointed out, you mean meltal? Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that...
you're melting the armor.
Is that okay?
We're going to get Draconic Runeblade. It's going to be disgusting.
Well, yeah, it'll be too good. Inflame, 0 cost, 1 attack, 2 defense. When you attack with Inflame, if you've played another red card this turn, you may return a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard to your hand. Go again.
Oh, that's good.
So
it's a chain link that gets you a Phoenix Fireback.
Red card for even if you... Now, the interesting thing is, these Phoenix Flames have to stay on the chain. So you can't, like, Phoenix Flame, it goes to your graveyard, give it back for Inflame. But it is a way to continually get these back. The deck building here is going to be super fun. It's going to be very scary for me and
This is a go-again attack, so it starts the chain.
If 0 cost, 1 attack.
Let's say you had 2 of those things in over here. So you play this, you get 1 back, right? You can even play the second one. Does it have go again built in?
Let's just assume we play a red card that buffs all of our attacks. Then we play Inflame. Well, now we played a red card, so we can return a Phoenix Flame from the graveyard. So we have to play a red card before we play Inflame.
Yeah. But if you get to the third chain link, you get one of those things back for free.
Yeah.
So then now you're like...
It's going to be crazy, actually.
It's going to like set fire. It's going to be cool.
It'll be really interesting. Some people are going to get absolutely bamboozled during this world premiere. I am going to be that person.
Dude, I was in the round 1 of the world premiere. I was like, I'll play Oldham because I've been playing Guardian. Right? A lot of Bravo. And I was playing against a Briar. And they played a Bramble Spark and fused it. And then I took the Arcane Image and I created an Embodiment of Earth. I was like, okay, yeah. Then the attack hits. And they're like, create another Embodiment of Earth. I was like, what? That's how that works? And then they had 3 Embodiment of Earth. And I was like, 6 would dominate. And they're like, block it with 1 card. It's like, what is happening? What did I just do?
You're losing. Then we also have, now this is interesting, we have Rise Up as another dual Dromai or Phi specialization.
I like this a lot.
But isn't the whole point is that she's not rising up? Isn't he leading the rebellion?
So...
do we know that yet? Or is she in on it?
I think one of them is kind of rising up in the way of the dragon, obviously the illusionist. That's the standard, like the Emperor ruling. And then the rebellion is the Phoenix based rebellion, but then it's like inevitably, even when the Phoenix wins over time, they eventually start getting scales. Yeah. And it's like this. They turn into the dragon.
It's the hero's journey. You remember Jonathan talking about this? He's talked about it a few times.
To become the tyrant.
Hero becomes a tyrant. Yeah, it's a classic. Tales all the time. So Rise Up, 1 cost. They can both have it. 3 attack, 3 armor. I think we're seeing a lot of this. We're seeing a lot of 1 attack and 3 attack.
So Nicholas apparently saying she's trying to become the Emperor. He's trying to overthrow the government.
Okay, cool. So they're both rising up in their own ways.
Yeah.
But in the art, there's only 1 rise up happening. Certainly.
Unless we had an altar, you know what I mean?
Rupture. Oh, but there will be an altar. Yeah, with her. Oh, yeah, come on.
All right, writes itself, really.
If Rise Up is played as Chainlink 4 or higher, so get used to just forgetting that text because it's everywhere. It has Dominate, and I love this. And it's got plus attack, where X is twice the number of Phoenix Flames you control. So at his best, Phoenix Flame, Phoenix Flame, Phoenix Flame, rise up. Okay?
Coming in for 9 with Dominate.
Then we got 3 plus Dominate plus 9. Yeah. Or plus 6. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Watch out for that one.
Yeah, that's interesting. But getting those Phoenix Flames stacked up is going to be a challenge.
I think we're going to be bad at it at first. But if you're good at it in Vegas...
We'll go 6-0 and win a free box of Uprising.
I feel like we need to proxy these cards and kind of learn the deck, you know?
I don't know if I'm that serious about it.
I'm not. No, I'm not either. Look at this dragon, dude.
What's the name?
Kyloria. Ugh. Did Jeff Easley draw that? Who drew that?
Steve Argyle.
Oh, Steve Argyle's classic.
I met Steve at Jersey, and he was super nice.
Steve is one of the great old school artists.
Yeah. No, it looks great. This is the gold dragon I was talking about. So what's the deal?
4 attack, 2 health, easy to kill.
Yeah.
Whenever Kyloria hits a hero, gain control of an item they control.
I love it.
If you don't gain control of an item this way, draw a card. So it'll always net you a card or an item on board.
Yeah. We're going to start playing bad items just to give them something to steal.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like it's not you may gain control. It's you must gain control of an item if you can.
And then you start, like, imagine the mirror match where you're, like, passing back and forth like some dumb potion that no one wants.
Wait a minute. That's why they made all those amulets and talismans so bad.
You can play bad gear that they don't want to steal, but you have to give them something, right?
That's right. I've got an idea. Let's talk about Heat Wave. Draconic Ninja
the Eddie
equipment,
Murphy meme.
Arms.
Or GIF.
It's pretty cool. There's just some cool, weird arm pieces. Okay, it's got 2 things on it. First, you can destroy it. Phoenix Flames gain +1 until end of turn. The ones that you control. So you play them at 2, which is a fine thing to do there. It also has Quell 1, which is a new way of having armor prevent damage.
What's Quell do?
Quell is like arcane barrier for physical damage, but it goes away at the end of the turn if you activate it once.
Okay, so you come in for 1, I pay 1, prevent it.
Yeah.
You come in for 1 again, I pay 1, prevent it.
That's right.
Coming again, I have a third.
Believe it or not,
you pay 1, prevent it.
That's right. Yeah.
End of turn, goes away.
Goes away. Yeah.
Okay. So you really want to quell a couple and then use the instant ability.
That is the idea, yeah. But it's hard to quell on your turn and then instant.
Can't get both variables.
But you have Icelander playing instant speed spells.
Does it prevent arcane damage?
It says if your hero will be dealt damage.
So it's not arcane barrier for physical damage.
You're right. It's for all damage.
It's arcane barrier for all damage.
Arcane barrier for all damage. That's right. It's barrier.
Yeah.
Just strictly barrier.
Barrier.
But it functions the same way where you can use it over and over. Yeah.
Looks cool. That's going to be dope in gold foil.
I think about it like Metacarpus nodes, but on the defense. Feel me?
That's another way.
You haven't really used Wizard ever, though.
No, but I've lost him a lot.
So I've seen the card. Sure.
I know it's there.
Moving on. Rise from the Ashes.
Do you like this?
0 cost, red. I mean, this is the name of the game.
Dude, how much red ink do they use in this set? Like at the printers, you know?
Yeah.
They're going to be, Card of Money is going to be out of red.
The other question you have is like, does this not just fold immediately to like 1 Frostbite token? The whole thing?
I mean, so in a blue heavy deck, my Briar Earth deck is 21 blues.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a lot of reds.
Yeah, true.
So if you're at 15 to 18 blues, you're not just like dead in the water ties.
True. And you probably are. A lot of people will try to run it really low to the ground, but it'll probably need to be a blues as well.
I even think like...
Or yellows.
You know, you do 2 chains and they think you're setting up for something and they're just like, Command and Conquer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's still in there.
I see. I've also seen plenty of 1 cost reds. So if you're going to play 1 or 2 cost of any of this stuff, obviously a ton of it 0 because you're going to have these 6-7 chain link things. You need it. But 1 blue fuels a ton of reds. Yeah,
it's great. Next up, we have the Rise from the Ashes. The next Draconic or Ninja attack action card you play this turn gains +3 attack. So standard, and then you may return a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard to your hand. So it's the template we've all seen. +3 for a 0 cost, it's like Plunder Run or whatever.
But you get a Phoenix Flame back.
So the idea is keep getting the Phoenix Flame back. Yeah.
So really, you want to find the 3 as quick as possible and get them in the discard pile and have cards that return them so you can just keep cycling them to get to the 4th plus chain.
That's right. Yeah. There's got to be ways for us to get them out sooner. Search your deck for
So
things.
in Sealed, for anyone going to the World Premiere, perhaps a 30-card deck is the max you'd ever want to run. Mm-hmm. 3 of which are these cards. 1 of which starts over in the discard pile. Now, is it count as part of your 30, the one that starts in the discard pile?
Yeah.
So you have a 29-card deck. And you're looking for the other 2?
Yeah. Don't get fatigued by Icelander.
YOLO. I'm living in YOLO land.
Or, maybe you have sand covers and you're playing Dromai Fatigue as well. And
yeah. I'm going to be honest. I'm definitely going to be playing
we know
Dromai.
you are.
Yeah, there's no... I mean, if I don't get any dragons, but like... If I open a Marvel Dragon in that premiere, I'm going to be dead on table.
Yeah, you're not... D-O-T.
What
happened, doctor? Well, he was dead on table.
I'm going to hand whoever's crashing my phone, and 911's going to be pre-punched in. It's like, if I stop moving...
In case of dragon.
If I stop moving, hit this button.
You have an obligation at World Premieres to yell if you pull a Fabled or Marvel or anything like that.
Yeah. Dude, at the Tales of Aria, when someone opened the Corsham tree and no one knew what the text meant.
Yeah.
It's like when you arrive at sunset yesterday. But when that happened, the entire room erupted. It was 1,000 people, first time gathering. That moment was electric.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Anyways, back to what's this?
Asvalai. It's a lightning dragon, right?
Wouldn't it be Asvalai?
Yes,
we're just going to say AI.
Asvalai. Just, second verse, same as the first. A before I, except after, whatever it is.
What would Mr. Rogers say?
Whenever Asvalai attacks, you may have him deal 1 arcane damage to up to any 2 targets. Swing for 2, 1 arcane, 1 arcane.
Here's a question.
Pop some dragons.
Here's a question. Okay. An important question. Okay. If there was a Genesis on the table.
Oh, gosh. What is it, level 2 judge test?
Can I deal a damage to Genesis and pop it, or do you specifically have to attack it?
You have to be resolving an attack against Spectra.
It's not damage against Spectra?
Damage, huh? Nope.
Don't like that.
Nope.
Don't like that one bit. You already know what it is.
I hate Prism. But it's a 2 attack. Do you 1 to an ally, 1 to the hero? Even just a 2 for 1 is almost Rosetta Thorn.
That card in cold foil is going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
It hopefully will look good. It could look weird because there's like so much stuff going on. Like, look at it. It's like it could look like it won't though. And it costs you 0 to transform this one up.
Well, that's my favorite cost of all.
Yeah. I think that's why it maybe is not super busted, but 0 cost. That's awesome. Then we got Flameborn Retribution, a 1-cost attack, 3 attack with Go Again. So it's a standard. Now this is an important card. It's a 1/3 with Go Again, so it just keeps the chain going. We love it. But also, when you defend with it, if you've been dealt damage this turn, you may return a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard to your hand. So when you block with it, you get a Phoenix Flame.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Oh, look at these dragons. All these dragons.
I think this is one of my favorites.
Just.
I think so.
Just look at this little guy.
What's the name of it?
Uvia. See, that's an IA, not an AI. Uvia. 1 attack, 6 health. How do they balance these things? Wait, is there a 1/6, 2/5, 3/3, 4/2, 5/1?
Don't know.
Does that exist?
I don't know.
Or a 6/1 flipped? At the start of your turn, or when Uvia enters the arena, transform up to 1 ash you control into one of the little tiny dragons, Aether Ashwing.
Did we get a little baby dragon?
Yeah, we do. It's on the back of this ash, which is not the best place for it to be because you have to attach the ash to it whenever you transform it up.
Yeah, but you know that if you have one of these out, well, you know what it is.
Yeah, it's got Phantasm. That's what you need to know. 1/1. So he actually has health as opposed to the Spectra stuff, which doesn't. That's why you can.
I like that better.
Slap it.
So wait, what happens?
You can make an ash token into one of these every time when you play it, you do that, and when it attacks, you do that.
I think it said start a turn.
Oh, you're right. I did say that. Start a turn.
Way better.
Or when it enters the arena.
Yeah. So then if you're Dromai, every time you pitch a red, the first time you pitch a red, you get one of these tokens.
Get an ash, yeah.
And this guy's out at the start of each of your turns, it turns into another one of these. Like that engine. Whoo! The flames are burning.
Yeah. And then you might not want to, I feel like It's going to be a weird one where you probably just don't attack with these for a while as you build up, or you attack with one because it's like, what are they going to do? Like at the end of the chain, you swing with one because they don't want to phantasm that. But once you have like 5 and you're threatening like a bunch of swings, it's like, can I set up something where I know they don't have a 6? Yeah. Like Phantasmaclasm or something that removes the card from there.
Or there's the dragon that banishes when it attacks.
Yeah, it's going to be build a board state. It's going to be disgusting. Flame Call Awakening, 1 cost. 3 attack, go again. So again, a 1/3 go again seems to be their template here.
Well, we saw the card earlier that makes the next like 4 things +1, right?
Yeah.
So like then these become 1/4s with go again.
Yep.
Which is a nice stack.
When you attack with it, if you've played another red card this turn, you may search your deck for a Phoenix Flame, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It writes itself.
All right.
There's your tutor. Then we got Stoke the Flames. I like this card quite a bit. 1 cost, 4 damage, does not natively have go again, but when it hits, you may return a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard to your hand, and if you do, then it gets go again.
Oh, so good.
So you gotta have it. Just a little bit better than the other one.
Don't let it hit.
But, yeah.
You start with that. They have to block it, right? If they don't, it gets go again, and you get the card in your hand, which is the next step in the chain. Like,
yeah, you gotta block this. This is a must-block situation.
And they better not have a +3 reaction.
Yeah, they will. And they can still, they stop breaking scales and stuff, right? No, it's that combo. That's a combo.
I'm more thinking about Friday than I am about, like, play anything you want.
They could even Ancestral Empowerment it, I think. I think it's a ninja card. No, it's not. Dang. Burn Away.
That means Viscera will eventually be able to play it. We're starting it now. Every time I see a good card, I'll be like, oh, that's going to be good for Viscera.
Did you mean Viscerai? Burn Away, 0 cost.
Viscera is what we refer to as the Runeblade version. Viscera is the Draconic version.
You guys realize his true form. 2 attack, 3 defense. As an additional cost to play Burn Away, you may banish a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard. Oh my gosh. Why would I ever do that?
Do you win the game?
When you do, Burn Away gains +2 and go again. So it's a 0/4 with go again.
Don't like that.
It's like, what, you set it up at the end of the game, baby? I guess?
Maybe. Those Phoenix Flames, well, yeah, eventually you can't get the Phoenix Flames back. You only need 1 if you run out of stuff that matters.
Yeah.
So then this is a late, that's a pitch.
That's a pitch early.
Yeah. Is this a common? So there is going to be a blue version that is a good late game card. 0 for 2 with go again, blue.
Yeah, that is a go again card. For sure. Is it good? Well,
I mean, sealed. We can make anything good. What is that thing?
This is Nacria from old friends at Card Market over there. Isn't that just the eventually the fish shop that's laundering money for
Card Market?
Card Fireball, Channel Fireball? That Card Market Live or whatever? It's weird over there, man.
That's different.
Is that a different?
I think this is like a European TCG player.
Oh, great. It's like the European TCG player. Mm-hmm. Right on. Yeah, I remember people talking about Card Market. It's cool. They have that's a really nice little landing page there. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Card Shop is the other one.
Yeah.
Card Market, Card Shop, TCG player, etc. This is crazy, Zach. Check this out. This is like the Bone Dragon, which is weird.
Like the undead dragon?
Yeah. Necria always entails,
necromancy.
It's 4 attack, 7 health. Hard to kill. Does have Phantasm though, remember. Whenever Necria deals or is dealt damage, put a -1 health counter on her and create an Ash token.
Okay. So she'll eventually kill herself, and she gives you a lot of little baby dragons.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And then that one costs 3 to get out. Yikes. That's a lot. It's expensive. But I think that's probably my favorite dragon.
How much does it cost?
3.
That's really good, though.
Yeah.
It's super hard to kill if it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
And then you get a...
And if you're like playing, let's say Ninja or whatever into it, it's like deal 1, they get an Ash token. Deal 1, they get an Ash token. Deal 4, they get an Ash token.
Yeah,
deal 1, kill it.
That,
no way. Double Strike, 0 cost, 1 attack with go again.
Mm-hmm. When
its chain link resolves, banish it, and you may play it this combat chain. If you do, it loses this ability.
So it comes back once.
Yeah. So basically, pay 0, 1 cost go again, banished, pay 0, 1 cost go again.
And when it leaves and comes back, it's the first one is still technically on the chain?
Yes. Yeah.
So that would be the second layer of the chain. Yeah, that's really...
Last known information. Yeah.
That's fundamentally... Is that a Majestic?
Yes.
That's like such a good card.
Yeah.
Like if you hit that in Seal, that's a very powerful card in this deck.
Yeah. Yeah, super powerful. Then we have Spreading Flames, 1 cost, 3 attack, go again. The template lives. A lot of these are 2 blocks too, so keep that in mind. In Sealed, we'll have to kind of figure out the density of blocking. I think it's going to be lower than normal.
Yeah, but the ninjas and the illusionists are doing a lot of 1 damage attacks.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, card for that.
Yeah, it's just weird to block, right?
Draconic attacks you control have +1, while their base strength is less than the number of draconic chain links you control. Go again. So as you have more draconic chain links, the number of cards that are getting +1 go up. But this is when you're going to have to just like put your brain on for a second, because a 1 cost or a 1 attack has bonus health whenever it's on chain link 2 of draconics. Is that right? Is it less than?
+1 while their base is less than the number of draconic. Yeah, so once you get to like chain 3, if you're anything with less than 3
or less, right? So 1 and 2 are good. 3, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All I have to say is, thank goodness that's a majestic.
Yeah. Then we have Vincerikai.
This is
Vincerikai, yeah.
There are so many dragons.
But
do we have a dragon count yet?
We
need a dragon counter?
It's a dragon that looks like a pterodactyl. You seen this guy? Look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a pterodactyl, right?
Vincerikai.
Pretty close to Viscerai.
1 health.
But look at it. 6 attack, and whenever it hits, it deals 3 arcane damage.
Don't let it hit.
Don't let it hit, or you take 9.
And in Seal, that's just like half your health. Okay.
Yeah, but remember that one that can split arcane? Like, you can just roast this thing.
Yeah.
Great. And then I don't know if we have these. Let me see if we do. Cinder Skin Devotion. I'm not sure if we got them in time. But I'll just read them for you if we don't. It's a 1 cost, 4 damage, 3 defense. Love this. If you control 2 or more draconic chain links, it has go again. So it's a good kind of mid turn. And then Lava Vein Loyalty, which I'm pretty certain we do not have to show you, but it's a 0 cost, 3 damage, 3 block. If you control 2 or more draconic chain links, it has go again. So it's the same thing as Cinder Skin Devotion.
It just it's less attack, right? And less cost?
Yeah, 1, 4, 3, and then 0, 3, 3.
Yeah, which is nice to have cards that want to be in the mid of the chain link, in the beginning and the end, and then you guys stack that up correctly, and you're going to need resources, but you also need a lot of red cards, and it's this whole thing.
All right. Well, I'm back with chat. Well, what do you got? How is everybody feeling about Uprising? Can I just take the temperature here?
It's hot.
Just give me a little...
not this.
Give me a little... what are we feeling out there as a player base? Because I honestly feel like this set is set up to be a statement piece for this phase of the game.
What is this phase of the game for you?
So I think sets 1 through 3 were like, what's flesh and blood, and where is things, and then it exploded.
Yeah.
And then set 4 to 6 has been crazy gold rush. Oh my gosh, nobody can get cards. Everybody's worried about new players. Everybody's worried about speculators. Everybody's worried about investors. Everybody's worried about everything. And then the game's growing. And then I think what we saw was a lot of roots being put down by Legend Story in spreading the game like to local scenes and really kind of grow their actual footprint. And then the speculation and investment stuff dying off, which happens in MetaZoo and all this kind of stuff.
And then we get Fab 2.0.
Fab 2.0
which
announcement.
is kind of a pivot to player focus.
Yep. And now this is the first set that's now hitting that is like, okay, we're in a new paradigm of the game. There's no more first edition. All of the crazy speculation stuff has gone away. The pandemic's somewhat lifting, although it's always kind of waving around. And so you have big events. You have the first real year of the organized play that we've seen is really happening. Pro Tour is happening. World Championship is on the horizon. So it's like, okay, is this the moment where Flesh and Blood says, this is what we are, this is what we're going to do, and everybody's going to love it? Or it could be the kind of thing where it's like, ooh, like this is the turn in the game where we realize that it's not what we thought it was during Welcome to Wraith.
Yeah, and you see that a lot. Where
Tons of.
I think one of the key differences, and there's some cool comments coming in, but one of the key differences is, to me, it's starting to feel like we're reaching the point in the game that Legend Story always planned for. So, especially with, as far as I know, Chain and Star of the Show, Living Legend being out when the set comes out, we're adding 3 heroes and we're losing 2 of the most powerful ones. And so we're potentially at a point, given how the seasons are working and organized play is working, where every time a set comes out, we lose 1 or 2 heroes and we gain 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
Supplemental set, maybe you only gain 1 or 2 heroes. And so you kind of have this, one thing I was worried about originally is like eventually there'll be so many heroes that you can't actually practice, prepare, and sideboard for all of it. You're going to have to pick the 10 that you actually care about and then just hope you don't really see the rest kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. But it's almost starting to feel like there might be a 15 to 25 hero always spread.
Yeah.
Where there's enough events always happening that there should be that range of heroes. You know, if a lot of different heroes are viable and they're all getting points and no one's rotating out, you might creep up to 25 heroes.
Yeah.
But then at some point,
be a really beautiful balanced golden age of the game, and then all of a sudden everyone kicks off,
like
and
10
it's like,
heroes disappear in one set, right? Or like 5 and then 5 in the next set, kind of a thing. But that actually is really exciting to me.
Yeah, me too.
Because if you constantly have 15 to 20 heroes rotating around in the classes and the talents and letting you kind of revisit card pools in a different way because of different abilities, and even thinking about a Shadow Runeblade that's not chain.
Yeah.
Is kind of exciting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it really is.
We're potentially approaching that point, but these heroes are interesting.
Yeah.
For a few reasons, and Alex Becker was commenting here. He texted me on our community app as well this morning with a really good question.
The Power 7.
We've been doing the Power 7 series on the podcast, bringing on different designers to talk about 7 design concepts that cause problems.
Yeah.
And seemingly,
which is basically like all things that games do.
Yeah. And the one we just posted was with Justin Gary, and he's exceptionally good at talking.
He's a great
and presenting ideas verbally, which is talking. But he was talking about all of these concepts are things that you use and understanding how they interact with the core of your game. And it's just like a spice, right? If you have too much of it, it's bad. You put too much cinnamon in something, not good. But you put enough cinnamon in something, can make it phenomenal. Or butter, or salt, or sugar, whatever you're doing. So I haven't connected the dots on how these heroes do that, but I know that was conceptual. As an example, I know that Phi.
Yes.
Phi recurs something over and over, no limit. You can recur that every turn. And we were talking about recursion as one of the topics. And so, anyways, I'd be curious to get your take.
Well, then but I think this is relevant though. You put it in a bucket, right? You're like, it's a recursion mechanic, but it only targets one card ever. Period. Like it would be if you printed a hero that said, pay 3 and then the number of chain links, go get any card in your discard pile, put it in your hand. We would be like, wait, problem. Like this is going to cause issues. But the entire mechanic is in a closed loop, right? The entire recursion mechanic is in a closed loop and built around from the start. Yeah. So I'm not worried about that kind of recursion in this game. Now, the degree to which illusionists are building board states in a game that feels like it doesn't really want to be that game has been a question for Prism as well. Like, oh, you had 16 auras out and there's nothing I can do. I'm locked out of the game. Big question mark. And the denial mechanics of Icelander, I think, are likely to be oppressive. I just don't know. We just don't know yet.
Well, I think
it's on the line though.
On the board state building, it's part of why I think I don't like Prism, because you can get to a board state, and I played Guardian early, so it was really bad.
Yeah.
But you can get to a board state that's way more complex than your average Fab board state. Like one of the coolest things of Fab is that you have the combat chain that clears every turn.
Yeah. It removes that memory tax.
Yeah. And you lose equipment throughout the game, so like it gets simpler the longer you play the game. But the thing I really like about Dromai / Draconic Illusionist is it reminds me of the Ashes conversation we had with Nick, where a lot of these things are okay as long as they're tied to the fundamentals of the game. So in this case, one thing I like about the change from Prism is that all of this stuff is attackable. It has health.
Yeah.
It's all got the you can pop it when it attacks. Like if you could block a Genesis with an attack when they attack with Genesis, that would already feel way better.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, because it doesn't have Spectra, your opponent doesn't. If they attack it with a go again, they don't lose their ability to keep going.
Yeah.
So when you have all these things that are attackable, and it's like, well, I can waste a 3 damage go again attack to remove a dragon, and then keep going with my turn. Feels way less bad.
It's way better
than Prism just saying, well, you can attack this thing and then your turn's over and you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
So you either let me build a board or you do no damage.
It's kind of that no-win thing, and especially too, like a lot of the stuff that you're interacting with in Prism's case, she's like deciding. You know, it's like if I take damage here, I'll clear my spectral shields, but I can just block if I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
But in this case, you as the active player are deciding, I can get rid of that, I can get rid of that, I can get rid of that.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to stay that way. If Sand Cover, for instance, if it had prevent the next 4 damage to any target, where you could like Sand Cover to protect your dragon, I think that would actually still be pretty cool. Like you have specific cards that are like, but if I have this, I can make sure you can attack this, but I can protect it. I think we might see some of those cards, but I agree. It's much tidier. It's closed loop stuff, so I'm not terribly concerned about
it.
And
if Dromai's board gets out of control, it feels really like it's just the other player's fault. Like you allowed this to happen, and you know maybe the cards. It's possible that she gets cards printed in such a way that it's actually far too easy for her to build a board. I don't know. I haven't seen most of the set yet.
Yeah.
But I don't sense that that's the case. It actually seems kind of painstaking to get to the point where you have the dragons.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to be very curious which dragons are worth creating and at what points.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like you have to get the ash and then you have to convert the thing. And if you don't have an ash, then the things that like the dragons you play from hand don't do anything.
Yeah.
So like
you draw like 3 invokes and it's like, oh well, I got no ash and these 3 invokes and I can't possibly pay for all of them even if I did.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird. I think the biggest red flag for me is Icelander at all.
Yeah.
The fact that you're playing instants on your opponent's turn, the fact that you're generating frostbites essentially on their turn, even just channeling Frigid on their turn is crazy. We've seen that already in Icelander and Blitz. But then you have all this stuff that's stacking frostbites and stacking these effects where even if you have an idea of what to do, you just can't you cannot play any game on your turn. I've got 8 frostbites. Like, okay, pass, they go away. I got 3 to 4 more. Pass, they go away. So you could see for the first time a true prison style lockdown deck where your opponent simply cannot play the game. Don't know if we'll see that, but that would be where my concerns would be on that style of play.
I definitely understand, but I think about like your Channel Frigid example and the recognition that Channel Frigid is tough no matter when it gets played. Because even if you weren't playing it in the middle of my turn, well, if you had the ice card to pitch in hand and the channel in arsenal, your next turn comes, you play like Frigid. The turn after that, I still have this it's just the surprise factor of it.
Well, it's the fact that it happens for generally a turn longer than it normally would.
Yeah, because you affect this turn, and then but you still have to pitch ice next turn.
Yeah. So you've got, but on your turn, so like I played an instant speed on you, and then it comes all the way to my turn, and then it only checks for the 1 ice card on my turn. So it's as if I had played it on my turn, but you just got an extra turn of it. So you can keep that around for longer, plus you're able to generate a lot of frostbites on them. You got these affliction auras that they can't get rid of as far as we know. It's like this. You're loading down your opponent with problems rather than attacking them directly.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
Oh, I can't wait, dude. It's going to be so degenerate. I'm going to play that.
I also know that,
why do I like that so much?
I don't know.
Of all the things, I hate the idea of it. But I think it's the one ring for me, you know? It's like the thing that I can't resist.
I think it fits right in, though, because, it's not...
It's blue as well.
You're just taxing them and making them have to play usually a more fundamental game. It
keeps things under control. Yeah, that's true.
It's like you can beat me, you just have to keep it tidy.
Yeah.
That's also why I actually think you might,
crazy stuff, yeah.
You might be dangerously good at Ice Lexi. She does a similar thing.
But she's so fundamentally problematic herself that it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, I still can draw all arrows. And obviously Yuki knows what she's doing. But not me.
Yeah, it's tough. Range of Life's tough.
Yeah.
But all that to say, I'm excited in general. I'm curious.
Let me read you some comments.
How it plays out. Yeah.
From our friends out there in the chat. Wade saying glorious. Raven X Shadow saying hot. Mitch Vareo saying super hot on Uprising. Sean Ventura hyped. Michael Conroe hyped for the new format. Devin Keller looks sweet. Nicholas, all 3 heroes look pretty fun. Millsy excited. Noreen good. I want to burn things up. Joshua Scott feels good. DRK Agumon excited for a new illusionist. Really wanted another one. Easily my favorite class. Cardboard Cast. I'm all in for 5. Dojo of the First Fist goes to 11. AJ Brown not enough Ruined Blade. to be honest. And then a number of other comments. A lot of people pumped and excited about this, and I think that's the general feeling I've got. I think this is their ball to drop at this point, but I haven't seen any cards that make me go like, ugh.
Yeah, I think it would be really, really fantastic if we had a fun, balanced, exciting, limited draft and sealed format right now. Because the thing I'm most excited about, actually, beyond the new stuff coming out, is Starvo and Chain going away.
It's so good.
And picturing, when you actually look at the decks that are available at that point, I think it's going to be really fun. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm so ready for the next constructed format. And we get 3 new heroes to kind of explore. It could definitely be a really great moment. It could also be terrible. Like,
I don't think so.
I don't think it's going to be.
Oldhim could get dumb. That's the only thing is like...
Prism's still around though, man.
Yeah, but people said, well, Oldhim is kept in check by Prism, and then that keeps all these aggro decks in check that just want to wing damage, like your Briars and stuff. So then, Chain goes away. Now is any aggro deck fast enough or inevitable enough to beat a dedicated control deck like Oldhim? Because Chain could stack really well and do the anti-fatigue thing. It's a great question. I mean, eventually Oldhim will be a problem. That will happen eventually because he can block 2 with 1 card for the rest of life. He doesn't lose cards doing that. Pitch a blue, Rampart, Crown. He can do that until the end of time. So if the game ever slows down just enough where that's a thing that you can just grind people out on, it could definitely happen.
I don't know though, man. He's so tough to win a tournament with.
Well, 6 out of 8 at Battlehardened found a way to do it.
Blitz is different, right? Blitz is a different reality.
It's just shorter.
I think in Blitz, it's just in terms of the amount of time you have.
Yeah.
Blitz is not... The differential is in time that you have to play that game is actually way different. Like, it's easier to play Oldhim into Blitz because he can also just kill you.
True.
He's not actually just fatiguing you.
He's the Guardian
but
back and forth.
He has the fatigue option.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you ready to get into some of this?
Yeah, let's do it. Oldhim winner just beyond the horizon, says Slacker Cats. And maybe Oldhim is just the floor or the ceiling of control decks. Maybe it's like this is the template of how slow we can make a hero. Maybe.
That's why I'm also somewhat hopeful that Kano is also the craziest wizard we ever see.
I think Kano's definitely good. I love Icelander. Even just Icelander and Blitz right now, where like I can just wing blue spells from my arsenal, feels way cooler than Kano's insanity.
Is this blurry?
That one is, but it's not reflective of the real one. But I am going to turn the brightness up just a little bit. Yeah, let's do that there. And you know what? I will. Let me just double check. Do not attempt this at home. Talking to you. Evan was concerned for me. He's going to call OSHA.
It's funny.
Zach runs our HR department.
Right now, I am not in the HR capacity.
Don't tell HR what marketing was doing.
Yeah, strictly. I guess I'll say the finance role. They have very little obligation.
You're off a little bit there, my friend.
I was just slapping down.
All right, I want to play Kano. What am I doing? You're Briar? Yeah, so you've got Spell Void stuff, which is fun.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I do. Definitely.
I'm going to play the classic lens version, only because...
That's the Prism Mike special.
Well...
What's your chest piece?
We're pretty... Tunic. We're pretty certain it's not... We're pretty certain it's Ragas.
Oh, the muffins?
Yeah. Wow, this is...
Mason says, I'm super excited for Icelander. I built her after feeling inspired in Blitz, and I've been sold on her since. I couldn't be happier she's getting full support. I'm going to have her for every format. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think there's a lot of... And Icelander is appealing to a very definite persona. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm ready for it as well. But if it was water, Zach, it'd be the most boring stream on earth because I would only ever play that.
Yeah, it'd be fine. We'd find a way.
You'd find all sorts of ways to make this bad.
Need my sword.
Yeah, so I'm doing Colin calling me out on Ragamuffin. Yeah, you know what? we've actually looked at it quite a bit, and there are definitely times when Lens is way better than Ragamuffin. But for me, as somebody who's like still learning Kano, still learning the lines and whatnot, adding the complexity of Ragamuffins to your calculations is not the best for just learning, you know? So I'm going to go a classic Kano here. I've also cut my Deja Vu potion, even though I know that you need to have one. Almost assured that you need to have one.
Just because it'll mess with your brain?
Just because I don't need to be factoring those lines of play in yet.
It's like when Neo realizes it's him that's bending, not the spoon.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, this is what I play, right? Yeah, Tunic and...
Even Steven?
Yeah, sure.
It's odd.
So the common thinking is you should always make Kano go first. Because if you think about it, like on your turn, if you take the first turn, and let's say you only present like, 6 damage, or you just want to pass and go to Arsenal, I get a free try to do a bunch of Arcane.
I'll let you go first and see how it goes. See if I can trust you. Spoiler, I don't think I can.
All right, DM Romana, cut Deja Vu, so that makes me happy.
In favor of Time Snaps.
Yeah, that's cool. So I've got Time Snaps in Iceland, in this Icelander Blitz deck, which has been awesome. Even just for double Arcane on my turn can be really notable. Although you got to have those energy buffing. I don't think Lens requires that much thinking, Nicholas. It's just like, if I'm interested in maybe this is the moment to do something, I crack it and take a look. It's that simple. Oh, well, that's quite good. Okay, let's go Tunic, Crucible, Voltic.
But don't I give you a free turn going first anyway?
Not necessarily. Because you can block it, and then you draw those cards back. Now, with you on Arcane Barrier 2, maybe. Most people are on AB3, so you get the block. You get to... Because, like, this is going to happen on my turn, except the cards that you pitch for this, you would not get back.
Yeah, I'll pitch 2 anyway.
Yeah, fine. Pitch 2 reds. Oh, information. Are you going to take 6 -2?
Yeah, 4.
You want some boards or something?
I got one. I don't need you. I'm a strong, independent young man.
That's right. Here's some armor tokens I won't need.
Yeah, the armor's for...
You can get these majestic boards and tokens from us at teamcovenant.com. We make them, or rather, I should say we design them. They're made in-house in Tulsa. Not in-house, again, that's not a word you can use there. They're made in Tulsa, Oklahoma, local friend of ours / manufacturer, I suppose. Manufacturer makes it sound probably bigger than it is in reality. You need some resources? You just gonna run only reds from here? You just get ready for the Draconic World?
You don't understand.
All right, Arsenal there.
All right, well, we start on equal health, and I gave you a tunic counter. As you said, it was.
I earned that tunic counter. You didn't give it to me.
Yeah, it's all right. You can't win. You're on Kano.
Oh, Kano can win. I assure you that.
E-strike for 7.
All right, and there's gonna be a lot of thinking here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll just sit here.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point, man.
Dude, watching there was a Paul, local Oldham player. Nicest guy on the planet. Literally. Couldn't have a nicer Oldham player. Crazy. Had the beard and all. He was in the top 8 at Edmond, and it's so fascinating to watch because their turns are very simple, but they make your turns very complicated. So Oldham actually spends most of his time watching his opponent think about how to play.
Yeah, it's so true.
And then going to time, and it's like you can't really blame them because they're working through like weird math on like you giving them frostbites and discarding cards with your ice react and stuff, or putting it back on top.
Gross. His hand is horrible, Zach. This is not what you want at all. Huh? How much are you doing?
7.
Does not have go again currently.
Not currently.
You got snappies.
I do.
And snappies. Okay. Oof.
That's right, Alex. When in doubt, play Snatch. That memory is burned into my brain.
7.
It's like half your health.
I know.
You can't just take it.
I know.
It's beautiful.
It's this is the wizard version of the all red hand. Which you gotta imagine, it's just so bad when that happens. You can't use your ability you can't even go to the next turn and play a spell.
Yeah. Hope you have red zap.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to block 5. Tome and Blazing. You love to see that, right? And then take 2.
Now, hypothetically, on your turn, you could play Tome and draw 2, right? And then try to instant out of your bad situation.
I can't play unless I wanted to Storm Striders it, yes.
I would say on your turn. As your action.
Yeah. On my turn, I could play it.
Hypothetically.
But that would be my action, yeah.
Yeah, but then you could, like, if you drew 2 blues, you could try to do something fancy. Anyways.
You could. There's a lot of you could in
I have no idea what Wizard's doing.
Mike Land.
Yeah. Are you taking 2?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to create this, and I'm only doing it because I know you might have Scour, and I have to create it.
I don't have it.
All right.
No, you don't have to make that.
I'm not going to waste my time then. All right. Pass turn phase.
Yep, all good. And I had to do it that way because I've got these guys in my hands. So I'm just going to play Yellow Boom. Well, actually, it might be Lesson. No, Lesson's better there. So we'll Crucible Lesson for 4.
Oh, don't you see?
Can't you see? Can't you see?
Take 4.
Land woman. All right, go get something of 4 or less. Put it on top of the deck. I'm really going to go get a blue here. And I think the general thinking is probably just go get Gaze. It's funny. You start to kind of feel you start to get the feel. Nope, this one's got to go in. Okay.
It's really funny seeing a paragraph of text up there.
From the robot?
Yeah.
All right, Gaze the Ages going up top there. And then draw.
Over to me?
Yep.
So Force of Nature. Easy. Blue Armstage.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Plunder Run.
Ooh.
From Arsenal.
Woo.
Max attacks +3.
Yeah.
If it hits, we're going to be drawing 2, baby. Look at that. Let's play the Autumn Touch. Come in for 8. Go again. If it hits, draw 2.
I think it's time.
We have arrived.
12. And the cracklings here.
Uh-huh. Taking a peek.
Okay. Watch me play the game for a second.
John, what's happening? I did have the opportunity to meet Ewan. It was great.
Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor. You haven't seen the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? You should. I'll say nothing more.
Okay, yeah. I think we're going here. We're going to leave those. Okay. Let's continue down the train. You got 1 card in hand. Spell Void 2 over there?
Yep.
Okay.
Those shock charmers are made for popping.
Yeah, that really became a new thing. Spell Void became cool, you know?
When you the Wildfire combo iteration, which is really not a combo, it's just Wildfire and the good stuff into Blazing. Mm-hmm. It's really helpful. Because like if this is a red card, still being able to stop 3 here might be the difference.
Yeah, it is. It does become the difference. I'm gonna activate Kano. Banish Tome of Fyendal.
Alright. Did you know that was on top?
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's play Tome. We're gonna draw 2. Okay.
So you spent 2 cards, have 2 resources floating, and got the 2 cards back.
Yeah, some might say that's how that worked. And then I really want to see if I've got nodes. So I'm going to pitch to Kano again. Okay.
That's right, Murph.
Interesting. Okay, how much you got here? 5, 6, 7, 8?
8.
Coming in?
Mm-hmm.
1 card in hand. Big question here. So what's happened is we drew 1 blue, which we liked. We knew these 2 were up here, draw the blue, and then we had 1 unknown. The unknown was a red, and then the banished was a blue. So like, you weren't quite happy with that. So like right now, you might try to bail out of this turn and block 9 on this 8. You've got 1 card in hand. Otherwise, you could try the wildfire here for 6. You block 3 of it. You take 3. You go to 9. And then you really need to have the big follow-up.
And then that would do what? 4?
1 plus 4, yeah.
Or so that goes down to 5?
Now, if this... So the card I drew is the red reverb. If these 2 are switched, this is kill turn central. I mean, that's like 100... I would say 100% chance.
Wow. And this is a blue. That's different.
Sure. It would block an extra couple, yeah.
Because I would block 4 here. And then the wildfire would do 2. And then it would still have 1 floating to block one of the rest of it. So I don't know what the math is, but it is way better if those are flipped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. But then the other thing is if you have a 0 cost in hand, this does not currently have go again, right?
It does from this.
It does. So if that's a 0 cost in hand and I do block 9 here, I think I lose if that's a 0 cost that you can play immediately.
Well,
because Plunder's going to trigger.
Yeah.
I suppose Force of Nature wouldn't give you the double draw.
That's right.
So it's like, I'll take some damage, you'll draw a card.
Yeah. So like, if this is what would be really good for me. If you block it up, I'm 1 health down. So I give a Scar. Scar for 4, draw a card. The best thing I could get would be like, Sonata's banned in this format. At that point, really, it's just swing the sword. Or play another attack with go again, like a rabble.
Yeah.
But even then, it's swing the sword because this is just a one-time thing.
I could also dump one of these reds. I've got 2 floating and hit Kano 1 more time. And then if I do that, and I hit like a Tome. Tome is incredible there.
Oh, you know what? Snatch would be the worst thing.
Snatch would be really bad.
Because I have the Snapdragons.
Yeah.
So then I would draw 2, and who knows where it goes from there.
Yeah. But if I use the red card here, pitch for Kano, then I can't block 8. So it's like it's a perfect
You're committed to
reality.
That point. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to block 9, see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
This hand is not the hand we needed for that.
Bummer.
But this would be a good use case for Ragamuffins.
Yeah, you could put that gaze on top.
More specifically, like one of these reverbs. So then you could go into reverb, into Voltic Bolt at the start of that turn. Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay, you block. I'm not going to do anything.
Okay.
And then... no cards in hand. How much Arcane Barrier you got? A lot.
Yeah, tons.
2 resources floating. Or Pass.
Okay. Can't you see? And then it comes to me. This guy can stay banished out here forever. I will pass it back to you. All right, draw back a Tunic.
Snatch would have been good there. Could have been a contender. All right, let's go Grinding Tome. Done that before. Whiff. I'm not drawing until you tell me.
Yeah, that's a good habit to be in. Yeah, I like that. I like that awareness.
I pass priority to you before I get my card draw.
That's hilarious. Yeah, pass. Yes.
Draw. All right, that kind of turn, eh? Okie dokie. Let's play that for no reason. Let's play Channel Alright. Oh, no, I'll pass.
Oh my gosh, what are we playing? The worst decks ever made?
I shouldn't have an attack.
Okay.
Oh, someone's making a good point. I guess you could. So I was asking why you didn't use the resources to play
Oh,
that.
yeah, I can play the 1 arcane for sure. Yeah. Let's do that.
Well, so if you do that, I didn't swing the sword with that card, the Rebel, because you could stop the 2 arcane, and 2 physical wasn't worth it.
Right on. That's right, yeah, because it was saving for Arcane Barrier.
Yeah, so I was just...
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know what's right.
2 sitting there prevents it, but then when you go to end phase, you still have the action point, right? Yeah,
so if I play in, then I can swing the sword?
I think that's right. I don't think I would... I mean, I can do 1 to you to take 1 in return, plus 2 physical? No, yeah, I think holding those 2 is okay.
That's kind of where I was sitting.
Yeah.
Because if you used it, then I was going to swing, and if you didn't use it, then I was just going to arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
But you can make that call.
That's a great question. We'll leave it as it was. I think that is a good question there.
Pass end phase.
Yeah, you're good.
Arsenal. Heroic Stance.
Okay. Well, let's start with old Kano.
What that woman?
Okay. Yeah, so we got gaze here. Wearing Kano is so weird, man. Okay. This is right, ultimately, I think. I think this is right. Okay. Let me tell you, man, this is just nuts. It's just nutty what you can do here.
Murph, longest blitz game ever right here.
I'm going to use the tunic counter because so much depends on what happens here. So I'm going to use the tunic. My action for the turn is going to be Chain Lightning. I can play my next wizard non-attack as if it were an instant out of my hand. If I played another one, I deal 3 arcane damage, which I have not. So there's no damage here.
But you are aware you can maintain priority and play 1, and then it triggers.
Yeah, so I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to play Gaze on top of it.
Yeah.
Like so.
So good.
So I opt 2, and because I played another wizard non-attack, it goes to my hand.
Yep. And then now it does 3, right?
Maybe. I mean, yes, it will do 3, but maybe we leave these here. Yeah, I think we leave these here. Okay, I'm going to leave them just like that. I like that very much.
And we're on your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn, if you can believe it. Okay, and then, yeah, deal 3 arcane damage.
Take 3.
You know what's a good question? Hold on a second. Don't take 3 yet. I have to ask a real question whether or not to just blow it up here. I'm not going to let this resolve yet. I'm going to keep going. We're going to Kano again for Tome.
Oh, gross.
We're going to play Tome and draw 2.
Tome of Aetherwind?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna keep going. I can play my next wizard non-attack as an instant.
And this is still yet to resolve.
Yet to resolve, that's right. Let's make sure there's nothing here that matters on that.
I'm at least happy you're doing all this on your turn.
Okay. Let's Kano again. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 floating here.
Marcus,
6.
lads, I'm so psyched for Vegas. How about you now? Yeah, I'm really excited. World premieres are just the best. Then a team event, nice. Glorious.
Yeah, so this guy's going to resolve. 3 damage.
Take 3.
Okay. I'll leave it up there because we're kind of building a chain here. Let's pitch for another Chain Lightning. So it comes in, I can play it as an instant, which I'm doing because of this Chain Lightning. So I'm going to be able to play my next one as an instant, and then I'm going to deal 3 damage.
You ever feel like if you take 3 here, it's going to actually turn into more? Like you got a, what's the name of that card?
Like a Blazing Aether or something?
Yeah. So I'm going to pay 2. Didn't see that card. Okay. Take 1.
Yeah. And then the question becomes, I think I'm just going to hold this. We're just going to do Wildfire for 4 arcane. on my turn, so the buff doesn't apply.
Yeah. Take 4.
Okay. And then I'm going to hold 1 blue because we've got to kill you this turn.
Literally right here. Yeah. Concur.
And so do you remind us saying the danger is drawn into a red hand? Correct? That would be a danger.
All right, mine?
Mm-hmm.
Red plunder from Arsenal. You already know what it is. We're going to go Lightning Surge from hand. Has go again here. It's coming in for 10. Would go again if it hits a draw card.
Yeah. 10 hits draw. Now, see, I could also try to go to the next cycle and just do damage on my turn more. Depends on the draw, doesn't it? 5 on that. How many cards you got?
2.
You got AB2 and Spellvoid 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we assume 4 gets blocked. 2 comes in. We need to hit anything off the top.
I like your odds.
We may as well take a peek, right?
I think you do the first one for sure. Once you know you've got the hit, who cares? Life is made for living, my man.
Okay. It's a blue Aether Flare.
Does the job.
But do we have the money? You got 2 cards in hand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Why does Kano exist? Yeah, I feel like if
I'm looking forward to hearing this all day on Saturday.
because even then, like, even if, because you presumably have to drop at least 1 card from hand to not just instantly die. We know that's the case. If you get a Wildfire for 6. So then you're left with 1 card in hand. Even if I take 10, draw, you pitch, swing the sword. I've still got 3 cards in hand.
Well, the best thing I could do is have another 0 non-attack or 0 attack.
Yeah,
Go again.
and you're gonna draw 1 too. Yeah.
So like if I pitch a blue, have 1 floating for the sword swing, have a go again attack that comes in, let alone if I draw. But it could also be 2 reds.
Yeah.
Could be DOA.
Let's see if we do 5, 3, we come in for 4, come in for 5, and then we Aether Flare.
I'm with Pac on this one, saying I think with Kano you just have to always play to win.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's activate Striders. Pitch for that, so we got 2 floating. Then we'll instant speed the old Wildfire for 2. So it's currently at 4. And we've got some decisions to make. I'm gonna do this. This is shorthand. I'm gonna decide on Crucible here in just a second. So I think we know Crucible 5. Let's say you take 1, 2 coming in. Man, that's nutty.
Mason saying loves these mid-game conversations.
Dude, so like, here's the crazy thing. So I've got 2 reds here. I did draw into 2 reds. So if I Crucible with 1 of these, that leaves me 1 left over to Aether Flare you for 1. So I can't nodes and then play the follow-up flare. So like, my play here is actually you pitch, Spell Void 2 happens, you take 1 damage from this, I play this, I do 2 more to you, you're at 1, and then I lose. Almost guaranteed. Because then this hits for 10, you draw a card, you swing the sword for 4.
Oh yeah.
I'm at 13.
And you have 1 armor.
And I can block with a 1 tunic, yeah.
Exactsies.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna hold the 1. You wouldn't know that, of course. You must be very confident.
Yeah. But you're doing 5 here?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm clearly doing 2.
Just see what it looks like when it goes wrong. Are those 2 reds?
Yeah.
That's a fascinating question, that isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you block it all.
Because you're coming in for 5, right?
You have to block it all.
Yeah. So 5, blocking 2 if I block 4, because I'm looking at the 1 over there.
Mm-hmm.
If I let 1 through,
Comes in for 2.
It's coming in for 2. Yeah, and if it's a blue, you can just pay to pump it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay 2, take 1.
Mm-hmm. Then I think I have to save this card to not lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make that choice as it happens. So we'll resolve all of that. That all gets resolved. It's hilarious. We'll leave the Aether Flare there. 3 floating. And then declare no blocks.
Take 10?
Yeah.
I'll draw a card?
Yeah.
Swing the sword, 2/2.
Yeah. So block 3, take 2.
Yeah, the problem with people saying that you should have blocked is if you don't...
You having 2 cards in hand is terrifying. Do you have a Lightning Press in hand?
That's what was on the top deck.
Okay.
So if you block, let's say you cover up the attack entirely.
Mm-hmm.
My follow-up to this is, because I was on less health than you, Scar for 7, which you can't block.
Right.
So now I draw a card. I get a Lightning Press. Revel, create 4 rune chance, and then also swing the sword.
Yeah.
So you absolutely die.
That's 8 plus 7, so 15.
7, 11, 15.
Yeah.
After this 10.
Yeah. So I would have died if I didn't go for it there.
So if you don't force those 2 cards out of my hand,
Yeah.
you're definitely dead.
That's right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And this goes away. So then my turn ends. Pass over to
I don't
you.
have a blue, Colin. 2 blue Aether Flares. See, and now it comes back to me, to you, and I've just got to get something off the top that is 3 damage or greater.
Yep.
And this is a good way to do it.
All right. Snatch.
So hold on, let's explain this to Obsidian here. Metacarpus plus Aether Flare plus the 1. I don't have a blue in hand is the thing. I had a red in hand. That's the issue. Okay, so Snatch coming in. I do get a tunic counter necessarily. Well, let's pitch for Kana. We got the eye. There you go. Perfect.
Obsidian saying he thought you had a blue.
Kana will banish blue Emeritus and then 4 Arcane.
Yeah, Romana says after you play that out, you always do what you did and block with the final card. You've done it correctly. All right, what are you doing?
4 arcane damage.
4 arcane damage.
Oh wait, 5 for a Crucible. Yeah, the kill.
What gave it +2?
On your opponent's turn is 4 damage.
5.
So it's 5, which I assume is just death, right? You have AB2.
Pay 2. Die. There you go. So
all right, welcome to Kano.
You could have lost the game if you had not trusted your instincts. Let's try it again. I'll go first this time.
Never give up. Trust your instincts.
Never gonna give you up. Kano, man.
Yeah, Kano got the heat this last set. Aether Wildfire. And Scolding. Emeritus Scolding.
Outcast Havens. Alex Stevens play. Very solid. He needed to get cards from Briar. Hobbies plus Happiness saying, hey guys, just want to jump in and say hello. Hope you're doing well.
What's up?
Thank you.
Doing great.
Sun Temple Radio. GG.
Doing great.
I prefer that. I was taking these, right? Obviously. I kid. I don't have an easy button.
Pineapple percent of blues. I don't know. It's from our old buddy Prism Mike, who is one of the greatest Kano players I've ever witnessed. Anytime I think I'm doing well into Kano because I played it into other Kanos, I take it against Mike and I lose 20 in a row.
Yeah, he's a wizard savant.
Because he's aggressive. That's what I've learned my aggression from him. Am I going first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Each strike for 7.
Vanilla, huh?
Just value, man. I'm simple.
I'm a simple value man. You may want to go first into this. Because you always, you do have some potato moments.
Yeah, but if you do, then you just Arsenal pass.
Yeah. You don't want to Arsenal pass against this. If you Arsenal pass here, I'm like, Kano.
Well, what I sometimes like to do against Kano is pass. They start doing stuff.
Action points.
And then it's like, okay, now it's time for me to go.
Now I'll come back in.
Because like if I just passed here, and then you start doing stuff, and I'm like, oh, 0%. Fine, let's go again.
Yeah, true, that's true. Maybe you should always go first against Kano.
But I actually like the 0%.
Mike seems to say the opposite.
Mike doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know anything, no. Weird. This goes against all my instincts. You're going to do a lot of damage this turn. Briar? All right, I'll block 6. Take 1.
Let me think about that.
You gonna lightning press that?
Nah, I have a Snapdragon too.
Oh, shit. You got Snapdragons first? Welcome to Blitz, man. I got Snapdragon. Welcome to Blitz. If you ain't using your equipment turn 0, you don't know what you're doing.
You got how many cards in hand here?
I got 2 cards still. So I start with 4 and I blocked with 2.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually just gonna shock charmers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like use them. I was like
no, I'm gonna use the ability. Okay. Now you're gonna take 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna create an embodiment of Earth.
2 more?
There's 2 total. It does 1. Whenever it hit, it deals in damage. Pass 10 phase.
Every time somebody uses a... You still have an action point?
No.
I could just take a free... I could wing one off the top here.
You might get a potion, dude. You might as well pay. You have a blue?
Well, but you know, you take those blues into your turn and they get better too.
Dude, you gotta use it.
Yeah, you do. All right. Gaze.
That's a good one.
Look what you made me do.
You don't have to banish it. You're gonna draw back up.
I know. But I don't really want this card either place.
Back on top, baby.
I can't like opt it down or anything?
You can also get rid of it. Also, this should be in your deck.
Oh, right. Let's get those in there.
Someone asking if we want to buy from viewers, followers, and primes.
That means I get a new draw off the top, right?
No, I think that's what it means. In no world is that what that's going to mean.
Oh, come on, man.
Kano Mike doesn't have his hammering too. Also, Kira gave me a gift this weekend that I wanted to show you and everyone that I thought was quite nice. Look at this. It's Prism Mike.
I'll leave it on top.
So good. So good.
Draw my cards.
If you're out there, Kira, thank you. Am I good to pass?
Yeah, we're all passed. Everything is passed successfully.
Look at all that value. Yeah. Telling me to go second.
That's what he told me, man.
He's probably right.
I'm not lying. All right, let's do a Kano Ivophidia here.
Someone's saying that DM Armadas was a wizard legendary. Spoiler. Let's see. I'm getting a lot of notifications. Must be. Not there yet.
Yeah, we're gonna throw this guy on top and this guy on the bottom. Is that accurate? Yeah, that's accurate. Okay. There's all the old Kano there. It's a red Aether Spindle. How aware of all of them. Okay, great. We're gonna activate our team. Play a Tome of Aether Wind. I'm gonna draw 2 here as my action. And then I'm gonna do some weird pitching here. Let's go instant Crucible. Let's pitch here for that. And then we're gonna do the old instant speed Aether Spindle. From the banish there, I'm gonna pitch 1, 2. And then I'm gonna come in for 5 Opt X.
Pay 2. Take 3.
3 Opt. I will leave these on top. It's always what you want to hear.
Yeah. I just feel like it's a wasted opt. I kid. You ready to party?
Yep. Just in case this game goes long.
Yeah, pitch stacking.
Throw that under there.
Number 1 goal, do not let Kano get to his pitch stack.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, Oldhim lets him, I guess, but...
Yeah, Oldhim don't care about nothing. Play a Ravenous Rebel from the arsenal.
This is your first official turn, is that right?
My non-turn 0 turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Force of Nature, of course. So 2 with Go Again.
Okay, 2 with Go Again. We're not too worried, are we?
It's always 2 with Go Again.
Take 2.
Bottom of the Earth. Let's go Gloomveil for 3 with Go Again. Swarming Gloomveil. Never gonna give you up. Hope you're ready for lethal.
Activate Kano.
Oh yeah, boy. Let's go.
Red Voltic on the
That's a good one.
flip there. I guess I'll take 3 so I can launch that puppy at you.
Mine?
Yeah. Do you have a card that like does damage based on how much damage I've already taken this turn?
That is not how
Oh,
this
you don't
works.
have that card? Okay.
Exude Confidence. You have any instant speed things
hold
you want to
on
do?
that one. Hold the phone on that one, boy. All right, you got 1 card in hand. Are you running any blues?
You just saw a blue
Oh, yeah,
right
it's our
here.
Force of Nature.
Earth,
Right?
I'm Earthbriar.
I'm Earthbriar.
Oh man.
Um,
What is that movie I'm thinking of?
you thinking about Old Greg?
I'm
Old Greg.
I'm Rick James.
Oh, I'm Rick James. Yeah, that's the whole Chappelle show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just remember Jake DeLozier always being like, I'm Rick James.
All right, so Exude, fine. This is acceptable.
It means you gotta do your stuff now.
Yeah, and then you don't have a non-attack, so you can't even swing the sword. What a fool.
I mean, I could snaps Gorganian Tome, draw a card, swing the sword.
Gorganian Tome? Where's the Gorganian Tome?
Could be this card.
No, that's the Blue Force of Nature.
No, this is the blue Force of Nature. That's not my thing. I'm just saying I have blues. I'm Earthbriar. Of course
right.
I got
You
blues.
didn't draw that, did you? What is that card, you think?
Well, you know, I know exactly what it is, but I ain't telling.
It being a red would be extremely good for me.
The thing about Blitz is you get to the moment that matters, like turn 2. Every time. It's crazy. This format's wonks.
I'm going to activate Crucible and send a Voltic Bolt for 6. See what you do with that.
2 cards in hand?
2 cards in here.
I'll take 6.
Okay. That's really good to know.
I'm not, until that wildfire hits the table, I ain't doing nothing. Wildfire is where the juice is.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to put this stuff away. And then Exude Covenants can resolve. You want some damage? Are you doing 4? Are you going to pump it or anything?
Well, are you going to block?
Defending cards? Yes, I am. I'll block 3.
Interesting. Okay, take 1.
Yeah.
Pass in phase.
You've successfully done it. You passed.
We did it.
Yeah.
So, if you really went for it, I probably had a way to kill you. If you like don't end up blocking, I can wiggle that into a kill you moment.
Yikes. You're basically playing Kano over here.
So I was kind of hoping to just tempt you into the deal with the devil, you know?
I do know. So I'm at 2 on the Tunic. I've got this blue in hand. Not terribly excited about it. I could like try to cheeky talismanic opt to hit a potion. Is it an okay play, or hit a tome? Is it okay? You're at 11. That's a little high right now. We don't necessarily like that very much at all.
Cry Shock, he can instant in response to me playing the Exude Confidence.
Yeah.
Because there's a moment when I play it before the ability, like it's played, there's an instant opportunity. So me playing it basically forces him, any instance he wants to do, he has to do right then. Or he has to block with a 5 damage attack, which I know he doesn't have.
Right. Yep, all cards you play, and then both players have to pass on that before they resolve and become a part of the game.
Yeah.
So this is where the Kanoing experience is showing. So like here, I could try to dig for something reasonable. The only things that you hit here that are really good for you are Energy Potion, Tome of Aetherwind, or Zap, which I'm not sure. I think there's Red Zap in here. Would be an acceptable play as well. I feel like if I go into the next turn, I'm on 11. I know you have that blue Force of Nature. You're at a 5-card hand. It's like it forces me to play at that tempo, and I just don't have the board built in a way that is nice enough for it. So man, we got
problems in different areas.
But then like if I do just take the situation and then I have Lens going into your turn coming at me, I can potentially get there. I do like that Ragamuffins more and more.
It'd be good though.
All right, I'm just gonna pass here and believe in myself, killing you on your turn.
I like the Moxie.
Yeah. We're still only on turn. I've only taken 2 actual turns. It's crazy. I mean, it's fun. It's funny. It is a shorter game, but it isn't necessarily less interesting.
You just get to the last 15 minutes of a constructed game immediately. The problem is that
instant gratification.
You get to that last 15 minutes immediately, and like sometimes you're at that last 15 minutes and you're way behind. And in Blitz, you just can't do anything about that.
Yeah. You're right.
You don't feel like you arrived at that conclusion. You just feel like you...
Some heroes need that first 45 minutes also before they get to that 15 for it to make sense.
All right, well, let's take a little risk. Earth or Surge.
Still got the blue in hand. You playing that Force of Nature or what? Come on, dude.
No. Nimblism.
Oh my gosh.
He's going for the Gusto, man. Lightning Surge from Arsenal for 10 with Gogan.
With Force of Nature in hand. 1 blue in hand is all you got. All right, I'm going to crack the Lens. Let's take a look.
Dude, when I have Shock Charmers and 4 resources, if that's not enough, I'm dead. I ain't play scared.
I ain't play scared.
I ain't play scared, dog.
Okay. I think these are both acceptable cards here. So if we do this, and then we do this, okay, understood. Then we do that. The question is, do you have enough money for nodes? You do that. Isn't this fun? You got one.
Well, I always dreamed of watching someone do math. That was my life goal. I finally arrived.
6, yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
We're gonna start. We're gonna leave these up here, and we're gonna get weird. All right. There's our boots.
So this means you got me dead to rights.
No, that's not how the world works anymore. 2 floating, activate nodes, coming in for 6 damage on the wildfire.
Pop here, pay 2. Take 2.
You got 1 resource left over after paying 2?
I had 1.
Oh, right, yeah.
So then I pay 2.
And take 2, yeah.
Take 2.
Let's just, you gotta do this wrong, I think, a lot to get decent at Kano, you know? Then I'll pitch Kano, Tome, pitch Kano, Spindle, pay 1, Tome. Okay, acceptable. Then we'll do pitch, Aether Spindle coming at you for 6.
Pay 2. Take 4.
Got the 1 floating. Take how many?
I paid 2.
Yeah.
So pick 4.
Yeah. And then where was... We did 2 there. We did 2 there. We did 4 here. Okay, we're going to opt
4. Looking for blazing, baby.
We're looking for blazing. Okay. Chocolate blazing. There's no blazing here.
Put them all on bottom.
There you go. I like that. I like your idea.
I mean, because you lose now because this is 10. So you have to hit it.
All right. Pitch the yellow. No choice. Here comes the Kano. Oh, we didn't.
Man, then you die. But you had a chance off 4, and you haven't seen blazing.
That's not bad.
You got a chance.
It's not bad. Not bad.
So also, let's say you hit blazing.
It's close. There's a few away, but
if we back it up, let's say I don't pitch to play this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just play 0 cost, play this from Arsenal. So I don't have this either. It has to go again. But I have 7, so I'm only kind of threatening lethal.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I assume you have Wildfire, I'll pop the gloves, and let's say I pay 2. I still take 2. Effectively, I have more instances of just paying 2. But my thinking is like, because I had 4, I'm going to be able to pay 2 twice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need to pay 2 again and again for it to really make sense for me to not play the Earthor Surge.
Yeah.
And it is the safer course, but I think if you did hit blazing there, this is still +2 across the board.
Yeah, it's
I still pay 2
8.
off of it.
Yeah.
So you're still at blazing for 8, which is still enough to kill me.
Yeah, Spellvoid is really good. I know that Briar Spellvoid has been seen as like a really good Kano answer. You might just have to. You might just change your play patterns. We are going to go to Ragamuffins too. We'll go to Ragas. Raga. And yeah, Blood Drop is not a bad idea there. Not bad at all.
But that's what's crazy about this format is like I feel like you get to that moment quickly, and then like half the time you would hit and you opt 4.
Yeah, it was that 4 blue hand on top of the. Now the other piece of that is there's an argument for not nodes on the original blazing. So it comes in for 5, you block 4. It carries 1, but it leaves me 1 resource left over, so I can hit reverberates or whatever that I flip.
Lesson lava
off the top. Yeah, so you can start to hit those, and then it's like I don't know.
But still, that's like so much less.
It's all an odds game though. It's just a giant wizard slot machine.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of there's skill. There's pilot skill for sure. There are people that are really good at piloting Kano that I'm not one of them. But we're learning. And let's see, Ragamuffins.
Generic binder.
I got you. Nope. Reaching for the wizard binder.
I love this card. It'll give me a reason to bust out the cold foil.
Good.
Which it looks so good in cold foil.
It's funny how it's such an innocent card it looks like. And we were playing with it in like sealed. And you're like, okay, yeah. I mean, it can technically save your bad hand sometimes.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh wait.
And sealed sometimes it was clutch.
It can break the game open, yeah. Did you say top of deck? Kano has something to say.
Look at your armor on the screen.
Is it just, I spun it the wrong way.
It slowly starts going. And now it's worse. How does it keep getting worse?
I spun it 2 different ways and it got worse.
That's good old-fashioned comedy. Some movies use that kind of thing, right? Where it's like it just keeps getting worse.
I went in the same door and ended up 2 different places.
Yeah.
It's also because the screen we're looking at now is mirrored. I noticed that.
Francisco, why not use the Spring Bloom Tunic from Rhinar/Dory decks?
That is high on the list.
Because you could immediately get it instead of having to wait till turn 3. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Wait till turn 3.
Should we just play it?
I feel like Blitz is the millennial format. I'm a millennial, by the way. Also, millennials aren't kids anymore.
That's right. No,
in case
adults.
You're curious.
Yeah.
Like the youngest millennial is like 27.
You might get an injury just
all
from
those college
sitting
millennials.
Down wrong.
It's like, hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong going to college at 27, but most people in college are not millennials.
John Cerrone, take on the new 2-player starter. Rewind the video. We gave a full unboxing of it, and why don't we test that Blossom of Spring? You got those cards over there? Give me that foil chess piece there. Is it an action or an instant?
Action.
That's why. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, look, DM Armada right there. Boom. It's like we're one mind, one brain. We got a 7-second delay, so. Okay. Blood Drop's a good shout, though. Sometimes it is. These games of Briar are particularly short. Who's going first? Me, you? You go first?
Yeah, this time.
Well, that's just fascinating. Okay. Let's do Crucible Reverb. We'll have one floating.
For 4?
For 4, I can banish a non-attack, cost X or less. X is the amount of damage, etc.
Pay 2, take 2.
Okay. I will banish a Sonic Boom. Then I will pitch.
Someone's saying you're giving me a 5-life handicap.
Oh, yeah. Got Tome, which I really want in my arsenal. This is maybe too greedy. But Sonic Boom. If it deals damage like the top card of my deck, if it's a wizard non-attack, I can banish it. If I do, I can play it this turn as though it were an instant. It costs X less, where X is.
Pay 2. Take 1.
So I'll take 1. This will be at -1. It's a blue Aether Spindle. So I'll pay 1. -1. Blue Aether for 2.
Take 2.
I'll 2. Whose turn was that?
Yours.
My turn?
Yeah. Who's on first? What's on second?
I'll leave these guys on top. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of not really wanting to do that. Okay. We're going to opt 1 down and opt 1 up.
Yeah.
Activate our Tunic, of course. And go to your turn.
All right. Rabble, baby.
Rabble, baby, rabble.
Red Plunder on top. 4 away to go again. Ryan, whose turn is it? Our turn.
I'm going to take a peeky. Manage the spindle there.
Don't like that stock.
I'm going Crucible Spindle 6 there. Or 5. Oh, wrong card. Nope, right card. It's just opt 5, man. It's fine.
It ain't good. I'll take 5. What could possibly go wrong? That may be worth shock charming.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to like
Yeah, I don't either.
what's about to happen, to be honest with you. So now it's just it's a math situation.
The game is heavily math based. I was gonna check Discord.
Yeah, dude. I'll be right back.
Check the dog file on the wolf pack.
You have 10?
You know, any spoilers? Got anything interesting to talk about? Got tagged on all that stuff. Oh, dude, the Argonite. Look at this flavor text. Someone screenshotted it to me. From Decorated Warrior of Volcor to a washed up, and then they sent me a weird screenshot, so I can't read that, et cetera, et cetera. So, Viserai is absolutely from Volcor. You heard it here first. We're eventually going to get it. He's going to return. It's going to be a redemption arc, and he's going to either seal the deal for the Way of the Dragon or help the Uprising with the Way of the Phoenix. And it's got to be the Phoenix. He's going to be reborn. It's going to be delightful. If we get a Phoenix-based Viserai, I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
I'm going to vis or die.
I'm going to get that phone ready with the 911 instant dial. Dead on table. Anyway, it's back. Oh, you figured it out yet?
Yeah, we're back in action.
Can you kill me? Up 5. What is this? 2? I had 8 red cards in a row. This is garbage. Take 4. Yeah, get in body, man. Over to me.
Still you.
Can I keep going?
You have an action point, sir.
Thanks.
Dear Marmota, spoiler live in under an hour. Let's all go. I'll tell you what, we'll end the stream. What time's you going on, Dear Marmota?
Yeah, we'll do one of those raids.
We'll do a Let's Pitch to Dear Marmota.
The raid.
Right, yeah. Is it a live stream or is it a pre-recorded? If it's pre-recorded, we could watch it live. And then everybody else watches it live.
It's Dear Marmota Inception.
We react to Dear Marmota's video. You want to keep playing cards?
Yeah, Ryan says Draconic Runeblade Viscerai, Heart Attack Ink. I'm serious. I will die on the table.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You can keep playing if you want.
I do. Exude Confidence.
Okay.
Now or never, baby.
Fine. Pitch.
Yeah, I'm not letting you
Tome.
feel like you're going to give me a chance, and then all of a sudden you just do all the
Tome, draw 2.
The Marmota says it's a premiere. It's set for 5:20, so 40 minutes from now. I feel like we end at 5:19 and we just let them roll. Yeah, and then Dorinthia is going to become the art guide.
Mm-hmm.
Going to go the dark side.
Okay, great. Now,
Ryan says, so DM Marmota watching the TC stream his reveal.
The problem is money, I feel like. Money is the...
If we get the Draconic Viscerai as the supplemental like we did for Starvo, but in the next set, and the Kano, like the Draconic Kano, that'd be pretty dope.
That would be good. Yeah. It's the money is the problem. Pitch Kano.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Voltic there. We've already used this for the turn. You've got 11? We're close to greatness here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure. I'll do 5. I'll float 1.
With Bolden Treaty says, I'm playing my first Fab games tonight. Been watching your YouTube videos to prepare. Thanks, guys. Hey, that is incredible. We had some people come to their first tournament ever this weekend at our ProQuest. It was their first tournament, period.
Wow.
They've been watching our YouTube videos. It was really cool to see. And I was really happy that people were willing to go to a ProQuest as their first tournament. It's really cool.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
What are you doing?
5 damage.
Yeah, take
Arcane.
Let's see, if I stop 2 and you have Blazing, it stops 4. This is dumb. What do you how many, I should have been counting your cards. How many you've seen at the 5? Pay 1, play Blazing, kill me.
Here's the easy, here, I'll get you a little abacus here. I've done 5 here. So this is also the Blazing calculator.
Yeah, but if I stop 2, you've done 8, and I'm at 8. So I could pay 1 at least. Yeah, let's pop the Charmers. Take 3.
Well, just while we're here, I guess, since we're up to it. Let's do Raggies.
He's got the Moofins.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's glorious.
And I'll pitch.
Oh no. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Blazing for 9 off Carpus.
Pay 2 and die.
Oops.
It didn't matter. Even if I had paid 1 earlier, I don't die, but I can't kill you.
Yeah.
And then you can kill me the next turn. There's no chance. Let's try it again. I go first.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to Blitz, home of play a bunch of games.
That's the problem that Kano has now created. It used to be that there were things that Kano would do that were just like damage. It feels like everything Kano's thrown at me in Blitz is something that if I don't block, my life gets worse.
Yeah.
Reverberate? Oh, well, now he could play something out of hand. Sonic Boom? Well, he could play it from the top of the thing. You want me to opt 8?
Apparently the Bryce 2.0 is going rogue right now.
Is it?
It heard about the DM Armada Inception. It got nervous.
Oh, man, there's a Sonata coming up. Jonathan, I believe we have a runaway situation on that.
This is going to show all the cards.
I think it cued literally everything we have said during discussing Wizard here.
What's happening?
It's wilding out, man. Why does it keep popping Sonata?
Well, that's the card that just keeps coming.
Save money, man. You can't beat manual inputs. Shuichi running, wondering, what about all the spell voids?
You can do that.
It's not good, though. Kano can outlast that in 1,000 years.
Yeah, he just waits.
You just block, play a spell, block, play a spell, block, play a spell, and then eventually they're dead.
Yeah, because you have Arcane Barrier. What do you do? Yeah, right. You're like, I'll Voltic for 5. Yeah. I guess I'll take 5.
It's got Spell Blood pulling up. I mean, it's just wild. Clear the pops. Clear pops.
Clear pops.
Google,
clear.
we don't like this.
Reset. Try again.
We don't want it. But it is satisfying to be in the Kano seat.
Can you imagine?
It's just annoying.
If these robots were driving our cars?
Yeah, I totally can. I'd read so many books on the way to work.
You said it's exciting?
I mean, for the Kano player, it's an interesting challenge every time.
When you know what the Kano can do, it's more interesting for me than it used to be.
Yeah.
Because I knew the risk I was taking.
But you also have to base a lot of your decisions on information you don't know. Like, I know that I have Blazing in hand. I know that I have a blue on top of the deck. I know. And then you're like, okay, do I block this one or not?
I mean, that's how life is. Make a lot of decisions, and I'm not controlling nothing.
Right. Welcome to life, man. Yeah. Welcome to life.
Welcome to London, fam. I'm just trying to get AC in this room.
How many pro quests I gotta win to get AC in this thing?
You ready to party?
Who's going first?
I'm first. Yeah.
Ooh, this is a wonderful bad opening hand.
Channel my heart.
Cool.
Yeah. Pass.
With an action point.
Yeah. Come at me, bro. I'll make you pay.
I am gonna do instant. I think I just want to move one of these out. I don't want all of this. Don't want all of these cards. Let's see if we...
That's right, Marcus. Welcome to Wraith. Where you make decisions without perfect information all the time.
Mm-hmm. It's really true.
You make rules, though. Play Snatch first.
Okay, no, this is okay. I'm done. I accept your pass.
Arsenal, Heroic Stays. Technically, Heroic Stays first. Yeah. Saw some this weekend. Make a mistake. They put their pitch stack under, and then they're like, I'll channel Heroic. It's like, because you did put the Earth card under first. You pitch stack differently.
No.
You missed it.
Yeah, I got that. I get that sometimes.
I didn't do that to someone, but I saw it, and it was painful. What are you doing?
5 Arcane, Opt, etc.
Yeah, Prism Micros I do not allow.
What are you going to do? Brick your turn for it?
Oh, don't you see? Maybe.
Just let me out 5, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. This is what Team Blitz going to be like?
Yeah.
Just a lot
heckling.
Heckling from across the table. Your opponents, your opponents' opponents, your friends' opponents.
Everywhere.
Couldn't help but notice, I didn't see Brendan Patrick in town this week, did you?
Yeah, it just didn't show up.
It's amazing. He loves giving us money and then not showing up.
I'll let him keep doing it.
Is it like, is it like this is the way to absolve himself of any guilt he feels? Or?
I think something happened at his job that forced him not to appear.
It's really handy now that he actually has a job that he can blame it on that.
It is convenient. I don't know, man.
I know, that's the way I feel playing Kano too. I'm just going to move this back to make it look nicer. Yeah. It's 5 Arcane coming in.
I'll take 5.
Okay. Well, what could go wrong there? To know the top card in my deck? Well, that seems pretty good.
I'm going to kill you this turn if you don't kill me. So just remember that.
Wow. Okay. So this goes here. And that goes there. Okay. So we're going to draw that one. And that's important. That's very important. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we need to do this, and then we need to do that. All right, let's hold on for it. Let's just hold on for a little second here. Yeah. Okay.
All of them going back on top.
Oops. Yes, they are.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. I'll remember. I'm sure of it.
Well, you're going to draw 4, so hopefully you do remember.
I'll remember those 4 for sure.
Yeah. You have one job. All right, mine?
Yeah.
We're going to go E-Strike from Arsenal. I'm going to put a card under. And I declare...
That's my first turn, right? Just that one?
Yeah.
I play the thing, and then it goes back to you, right? Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to choose... draw a card. You gotta let it resolve.
Where are you?
I'm attempting to pay. Well, technically, hold on. As it costs to play in Light Strike, choose a card from my hand and put it on the bottom of my deck. Choose one.
I don't know if they're connected. I've had this question a lot, actually.
So I don't know.
Ryan's out there
I think
somewhere.
I put it under, and I don't get to draw yet until you decide what's happening.
Until it resolves. Mm-hmm. It's like you pay additional costs. This is not a cost. Drawing a card is not a cost, I assume. Let me know if that's not true. I'll need to know that if I'm ever going to play Kano for real. Okay, so now let's get weird. Okay, you don't draw the card yet. Okay, so we're going to Kano. Mm-hmm. Hello. I'm Kano.
I'm a fire wizard.
We've got that lesson in lava there.
Nailed it.
So then we're going to pitch.
Mm-hmm.
That lesson in lava. We're going to have 2 floating. We're going to decide on Crucible here in just a second. You know, the proper order of things.
The chat has stated that my intuition was correct.
Okay.
It's better for you that it doesn't work for me, so that's got to be how it is.
I'm going to be weird. I'm going to be a little weird here, a little off book.
Okay.
Lesson in lava coming at you.
For how many?
For 3.
Okay. I'm gonna Shock Charmer and pay 1.
You Shock Charmers.
Yeah, I can't let you go get whatever you want.
That's awesome. Great.
It's untenable.
Okay, you still haven't drawn your card yet, huh?
Well, we got a floating card draw out there in space.
So now you're at AB2. Well, world kind of opens up for Volcano now. Okay. I'm gonna put a Kano. This is resolved. I'm gonna put a Kano on the stack here, but I'm gonna opt first.
You're gonna use Kano to Eye of Ophidia.
When you pitch it, or Eye of Ophidia, we're gonna opt 2 here. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. And then this is going to happen. Right. Wow.
Wowie.
All right, now hold on just a second. You got AB2 here, so this all gets different. Okay, right. And then we're gonna do this.
You know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, please.
You can work out your turn publicly, so that they actually get to see what's going on in your brain.
It's gonna be nasty, man. This is going to be incredibly gross. What's about to happen? There's gonna be so much stack nonsense. I can't even I can't even believe it. Okay. So I've got a Kano on the stack. It's going to keep happening. Then I'm going to Raga on top of that to throw this on top and draw this card. Then Kano's going to resolve for this card. And then I'm going to pitch to resolve Kano again. And then, oh my gosh, it's just going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I think it's good. I don't even want to show anybody. I don't want to show anybody. This is my little Kano on the stack. Maybe I'll turn it sideways when it hasn't resolved, and I'll turn it up when it has. Got Kano on the stack. I have Ophidia. We opt, so Kano's still trying to resolve. But after pitch I have Ophidia, I can continue to roll in. Millsy, 100%. Imagine being new to Fab than watching this. It's insane. Honestly, it's insane. It's a very... I guess some would say it's good that it exists. But this is just going to be ridiculous. I can't believe it. Pocknog, and just like that, Steven is hooked on Kano. I mean, it's... You know what's really fun? Is doing this. Yes, it's really fun. But you know what isn't fun? Is actually just sitting there like, okay, I wonder if he can pull this off. Like, that's the whole tension is, okay, can he pull it off? I've been on the other side of Kano so much that it's like, yeah, don't really care for that myself. I don't even know if this is going to do anything notable. There's that 15. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. But I think I do know what's right. We're going to opt here. Got a Kano on the stack. That's super smart, Alex. I like that. I played versus a Kano who had 5 copies of Kano, so you could use one every time on the stack. Shuichi, I agree. Kano is fun because you always have agency. Yeah, as the Kano player, you do. Okay, so this is trying to resolve. I pitch, I opt. Before this resolves, I can keep playing things and stack up things that can resolve. Okay, Zach, I'm just going to keep doing stuff because like this is how learning Kano works for me. I'm going to destroy Ragamuffin's hat. And
so you've opted?
Yes.
And you have a Kano trigger waiting.
Yeah, so this is going to resolve. I'm going to draw this card.
Yep.
I'm going to put this on the top.
Now we're wizarding.
Yeah. So we're back to Kano trying to resolve. And we want Kano to resolve. So Kano resolves. Chain Lightning hits the pile. Then we pay 1 for Chain Lightning. It does 3 damage, and I can play my next wizard non-attack as though it were an instant.
We'll pay 2. Take 1.
Okay, I'm taking 1. Then we'll pitch for Kano. Aether Wildfire here. Then, as though it were an instant, Tome from Arsenal. Draw 2 cards. Okay. 1 floating here. Great. We love it. Lens, I don't actually have a lens. Yeah. Okay. You're at 14. So then, for my next trick, I don't know if I Kano here, or if I go ahead and just give it to you without any understanding of the implications. There's a 1 cost here too. So I'm going to pitch 2 float. I'm going to Wildfire for 4. For 4. Yeah.
I'm going to pay 1.
Okay.
Take 3.
All right. Clock's here. Now, the funny thing is we're kind of live or die on what's on the top of the deck here. That's where maybe you look at it first. You've got one card left in hand. You're doing...
I'm drawing.
You're drawing. All right, so I'm probably dead if this doesn't work. How weird is it to do it, like, to do these things? There's an Aether Spindle.
That would have been cool. It's still pretty good.
Yeah. So we're going to do 7 damage.
Take 7.
You got it. See, that's fun, right? And then, yeah, you can get to...
Right. Draw. I'll react. We'll Snapdragons. And then it's coming in for 8. Where'd it go again?
You got it, yeah.
Take 8.
Now, can you kill me? Now, you're the Kano. You absolutely can.
I totally can. Nimblism, Scar for 10.
You got it. Yeah. Wonderful. Not like I can block that turn anyway, so I guess that doesn't mean much, yeah.
You could have blocked a certain amount, but yeah, so I
played lesson already. Crazy Eyes Killa. That's why Chain Lightning worked.
So if you block and you don't force me into the thing, I draw the card and then I Nimblism, Force of Nature, come in with Scar for 10 and a card draw, and then 10, and then I get to swing the sword after that. And I probably have 2 floating, so I think I also add the 1 here.
That's too scary. Yeah, I think your pro play was Spell Void on the lesson, because that would have definitely made things awesome. I had so many good. I was oh man, if he can only block 2 here, it's like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, even just I think, okay, so if I just pay 2, take 1, you've done 1 damage. If you go get Blazing, you had an Arsenal, so if I assume it's a Wildfire, then technically, if I still had these, you could Wildfire for 6. I can stop 4, and then you still do 2, which is 3. So now I'm down to 12, and you've done 3, and one of those is +2 to something. So like, Blazing at that point is worth 5, and so all you need is 1 more thing at that point, and I'm out of cards after that.
Yeah.
To hit, and it was like, well, I just have to. It's sort of like on Katsu, if they play Surging Strike.
Just make them have it.
It's like, well, if I block this and you already have Whelming Gust Wave, fine. But if I wait and you don't have Whelming, I let the first one hit. Now you definitely have Whelming. And if you already have Whelming, now you can actually go get Mugenshi.
Yeah.
So you may as well block the first thing. And that's what that was, which is like, I just have to make you prove it. And you got there. You got close.
Got close, but I think there was a better way to sequence that, probably with Striders over Ragas, but Ragas also traded it out for a blue. So yeah, it's a tough one. That's the thing. I think you can look at these lines, you could run the tape back and see like, how can I get more out of this combination of cards?
And you can also like, it's nice having the ability to talk about it like this, because knowing that even if you had blocked there, I'm still just running over you like a freight train.
Yeah, totally.
I went first that time, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
I played the heroic and then passed to you, and I killed you. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy?
You can go first.
Okay. You can imagine though, people with AB3, they're sitting on like 2 cards in hand. It's like, so I know that 3 gets through if I go to 6 on the Wildfire, but then it's also like you could just have 2 reds, and it's like, and unlike Briar, like they just can't do anything else. Once you take those blues out of their hand, it's just like, okay, my turn's over. Cool. See, now you gotta make a tough decision here. Let's go. Oh, this is maybe not that tough. Well, maybe it is. I'm gonna be cool here. I'm gonna go Aether Spindle for 5.
Pay 2, take 3.
Yeah. Better keep those separate. That's a good way to get hosed. Pay 2, take 3. Okay. Got it. Actually, these are okay. These are okay. Yeah. We'll get weird with this. All right, in phase, in phase.
Okay.
You know what I could do? Let's see, we've done 3. Let's just, hold on, let me just snap up some damage here. I like that. Oops. I don't know what that is. Let's go here. This would be exciting for you. Maybe this is not right, just given the reality of the game, but I'll just pitch and blazing for 3 more.
Pay 2, take 1.
Yeah. And then arsenal this card. Yeah, apparently Vor was saying go first as Kano against low AB and second against high AB.
How do you know? Yeah, in Blitz, they're always going to have AB.
Yeah. Yeah.
Command and Conquer.
Okay.
Make you defend that wildfire.
It's not a wildfire, man.
The Armada stream coming up in 15 minutes.
You got 1 card in here? All right, I'm going to take a peeky. That's the worst case scenario. Tome. Now I got to keep going. Play Tome. Draw 2. Got 2 floating.
Yeah, you're kind of back to where you started there, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just here, so don't get fined.
I don't know. I mean, I guess why not continue? Yeah, well, I for Kano again. 2 floating. Oh, come on now. Attack. Let me tell you, man. The amount of things you can do in a given turn is awful. I hate that I'm here and we're here together. We're playing this.
I can't stand it.
I know you planned it.
I forgot to be reporting on Dana.
Okay, so if I let this resolve, let's put a Kano up here. And this goes here. And then we Kano
and I have
again.
a fit is really making it around again and again, isn't it?
And it's crazy, man, but sometimes you brick it right off the top there. Okay. We could opt that in. And then we could Kano that. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Let's go here.
We got a new book, by the way.
Kano resolves. A new book?
Tome of Firebrand.
What's it say?
1 cost Majestic. No block, no attack. Play Tome of Firebrand only if you control 4 more Draconic Chain Links. Draw 2.
Instant?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a high risk card right there.
Looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you, Radio, yeah. Okay, then we're gonna pitch for Tome. And then I do want to protect that arsenal. I'm gonna go ahead and draw 2. Isn't this fun? And then we'll do, we could do technically 1 more Kano if we wanted to. And then block 6. Do you have a lightning press? Can you lightning press CNC?
No.
Okay.
It'd be brutal.
Yeah, it would.
CNC +3 at instant speed.
You got 1 card in hand. So we're going to play Reverberate. It's going to be 3. You can block 2. We don't care. Yeah. So I'm going to pay 1 to Reverberate for 3.
Get 3.
I'm going to banish with the ability a Chain Lightning. We're going to play Chain Lightning. It's going to do 3, and I can play the next non-attack as though it were an instant.
Get 3.
Okay. Then we'll Crucible, Voltic Bolt for 6.
I don't feel so good. Take 6, sure.
And then I'll pass.
I was just trying to do a Command and Conquer.
You got a Lesson in Law with it.
Take 6.
Oh, I guess. Oh, I think I could have gone harder. I could Lesson instead of Voltic there. And then Blazing.
Is that a blue? Yeah, you could have killed
Oh, yeah, that's dead. You're just dead immediately.
Yeah,
check this out. Look at this. Look at this. You like that? Hey, look at that. Lesson in Law.
So use the boots, play the lesson.
No, because you'd spell Void and you'd pitch 2 for that, surely.
Well, don't you pitch to make it a 4?
Yeah, I can make it a 4 right here. But if you spell Void and then you have
that card?
And you have a yellow, it's a blue.
I mean, you could go 1/1 and make sure it hits.
I could. You're right.
And then I just die.
Yeah, so let's see. So this costs us 1, 2, and then nodes.
Yeah.
For 5.
And then I have a red anyway.
And then I go get Blazing, and then I Kano Blazing.
Oh, yeah.
For what?
I'm dead.
3, 6. So, yeah. I mean...
Well, because this hits for 2. So 3, 6, 8. And I only have 4 life.
Yeah.
And I didn't take the 2 here. Or no, I had the Voltic back. You did 6.
Yeah. So would you be right there, yeah.
Down to 8, and then you can kill me.
That's crazy.
And even if not, you at least cleared the arsenal, and you got me down to like 2.
Yeah, of course you do that. Of course you do that. You can play from the arsenal right there.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that stack of cards was like a good stack of them.
Yeah, it does. It do be like that. Let me report that.
Yeah, I wish to say play against block 6 the Nepot. I prefer just to kill here, right? I mean, it's just like my whole play was keep Kanoing and hold 6 block and then potion, but then it just kept getting better. And I was like, well,
you just fell into that one.
I guess I'll keep doing this. They keep telling me to do it.
One more?
Yeah, sure.
I'll go first this time. James saying Kano really puts me off Blitz. I mean, I think
Hey, me too.
The thing about it to me is when it depends on what you're after. If you're playing a 6-round tournament and that's it, it could be really annoying because you just like finish a game in 5 minutes and then it's over and then you lost and you couldn't do it like that. What am I supposed to do about that? I literally just played a card.
You're supposed to play more blues and Arcane Barrier 4, dude.
Yeah, of course. But if you're just jamming, like if we just play 100 of these games in a row, like...
Yeah, it's fine, right?
It's, okay, I lost that one. Let's do it again.
The funny thing is you never feel like you beat Kano. You feel like Kano loses.
This is true.
You know? We'll try to blood drop Bracad. Is it instant? I feel like it's better than Tunic for like the 1-turn game. All right, Brent says we have 9 minutes to send people to Armada. Okay.
Well, we can just pause.
Yeah, that's true. We can pause if we need to. You're going first?
Yeah. Having it.
Yeah.
Oakley dokley.
Oh, is that? It's got to be attack damage. That's why nobody plays it. It doesn't work. They would have thought of that. These Kano players are thinking all the time. There's no new idea under the sun.
It's the only thing they're doing.
Yeah.
I got you.
So true, though. We're thinking about the game.
Yeah. You strike for 7.
I guess that's me now, though.
You are Kano.
I'm the Kano.
He's a disease.
7 no-go again. You do have snappies.
Yep.
I'm blocking 6 and taking 1.
Yeah, you are.
Just because I don't want to go in with...
Pass in face.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Okay. Let's just do a Voltic for 6.
Pay 2?
Bam.
No, don't pay 2.
Yeah, Slacker, we saw that. So good. That Tome of Firebrand, crazy.
Pay 2, take 4.
Okay. Arsenal here and pass to you.
Plunder from Arsenal?
Original. can hardly say that with a straight face.
Force of Nature.
Ooh.
Teasing.
With a yellow pulse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snatch for 7 with Gogan.
And the sword's coming if you don't want an arsenal. You want an arsenal, though.
You always want an arsenal.
But 7's an awkward number, let me tell you.
I know. Don't I know it?
It is an awkward number.
You could just take a peek and see if you can kill me. Oops. Dead.
Okay. I think I'm just going to block this out, man. I think I'm just going to block that. You got a pulse. You're going to swing 4 and 4.
Tommy asking what's Team Blitz. So it's Blitz format. 3 people. You have to play different heroes. The round, each person on the team plays 1 person from the other team. And whichever team wins 2 of the 3 games wins the round.
Tunic 7.
Yep. How many cards in there?
2.
I'll just Arsenal Best.
Okay. Over to me, I will Aether Spindle for 4.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Pognaxon, what determines the lineup? So whenever you build a Team Blitz team, 1 player is player A, 1 player is B, and 1 player is C. And then when you face off against another team, it's AVA, BVB. You might imagine CVC. A lot of psychology in that, too. My precious resources. Oh. Oh. Oh, no.
How many?
4. Opt 4 if you decide to.
Yeah, take 4.
Okay. I will go ahead and opt 4. I'm going to put this down here just to.
Less blues in this deck than I want.
Yeah, when you're playing against Wizard, you realize how tight your
how fragile you are.
Wow. Oof. Okay.
The matchups are. You already answered it?
Yeah. I'll put 1 on top and grab 3.
I saw it up there.
Okay. Over to you, Kent. Ooh, AJ Brown, that's awesome. During Skirmish Season 2, I authorized a sigil to win it. Heck yeah.
Scarf 4 with Gogan.
Oh, yeah, you have less life than me.
Welcome to London, fam.
No blocks? I'll take 4. Turn off that other scar in your hand.
Smart.
2 minutes. 2 minutes till DM Armada.
Nimblism.
Okay.
Gloomveil for 6 with Gogan.
Now that's getting close to death. Okay. Cool. Cool. And even if you have a lightning press, you can't kill me.
I'm gonna pull up that link.
Acceptable.
We're about to raid the Armada.
All right, well, if it's time, then let's just go for it. We'll go Strider's Wildfire. Crucible. That's going to be 4, 5. Have 1 floating. Kano up. Yeah. Let's go big, right? Just believe in yourself. Wildfire for 6.
Shark Charmers, take 4. Tommy, we're located in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
All right, we'll put a Kano on the stacker there. Crucible's been used. Metacarbus has been used, so we can keep using it. Fort Resolves, Oraga. Draw. Well,
there's an issue with my plan.
Yeah, this is not. It's not. I kind of need the blue there. So put the blazing on top. Kano will resolve.
That's still good.
And then we'll do blazing for 8.
That's currently lethal.
That's right. So you got to at least drop that card out. And then I survive.
Pay 1.
Okay.
Go to 1.
And then Queen Bell for 6.
Yep. Armada video should be up.
I'm going to block 3, take 3.
I linked it in the chat. I don't see it, though. So.
Oh, no. Dude, I can nodes this. I got one floating with nodes.
I'm dead.
You have the red. You're dead.
Dead. You were so sad, and then you were so happy. Well, that's a good way to end it. Kano just being Kano.
I don't know, man. This stack of cards makes me feel like I've sold something critical to myself.
Yeah.
Should we watch DM Armada together, or should we close the stream? You want to close the stream?
Let's close the stream.
All right, let's go.
I linked to him in the chat.
Everybody go DM Armada's channel. We've got a preview going on right now. We'll see you there. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back tomorrow playing some more Blitz games.
Diving right in.
Maybe
might be
not
some spoiler talk, but there won't be ProQuest review. There won't be a battle.
It's time to jam.
Open, and we're going to be jamming, getting ready for Vegas. If you're going to be in Vegas, say hello. We're going to probably go to dinner on Sunday night. It'll be an open invite. So join our Discord.